And I was like, oh. And then she goes, and he gave me 2 shots in my legs. And starts crying. So I pick her up. I'm like, you okay? And she goes, yeah, I'm okay now. I'm big, girl. And then she gets down and walks away. She's such a drama queen.
God, don't tell me she got on her kick earlier today. Fucking just start. While I was sitting at home, she's just like, came in, she's like, I want food. Okay. Wait till dinner. But I'm hungry. And just start fucking losing her shit. I looked there, I'm just like,
why wait? Grab a Snickers.
Like, really?
She told me when we had our Thanksgiving on Sunday that she's only allowed to have healthy stuff. Oh. And then her dad's like, do you want some cheesy poofs?
It started off, we had this apple dessert. Yeah. Right? And she's like, we were like, you want some of this? She's like, no. I was like, it's got apples in it. You just sit here and eat apples all day long. No, it don't look good. It don't sound good. She's like, it's not healthy. I'm like, okay. We'll see how this goes. You don't want this that has apples in it. I mean, granted, it's sugary and all that, but how about this? When we get home, you want some cheese puffs? Yeah, I want some cheese puffs.
Yeah.
I fucking hate cheese puffs, man. You guys already had your Thanksgivings?
We had on our side. His is on Thursday. His parents, or his family's side is on Thursday.
Yeah, we're doing Crystal's side on Thursday, and I think we're going to do something small here on Saturday.
We did both our families last weekend.
So you don't have any more Thanksgivings to go to? Lucky bastard. You just got a 4-day weekend to do whatever you want.
Kind of. I need to get out there and pick up the rest of the leaves that fell, but...
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Yard work?
Yeah.
Well, yard work. I don't know. It's going to be kind of cold. It's going to be cold this weekend.
Yeah. That's what I've seen.
So
I'm hoping it's not too bad Thursday, so I can get out there.
I'd like to find my blanket.
I know Crystal's been asking for a new heating blanket.
I got this yard.
Oh, vacuum. I have a perfectly good one. I just don't know where it is.
And I've looked everywhere it would be.
In the basement?
Yeah, it's not in there.
Huh.
They were down there last year when it was warm.
Crystal had one, but she used it for the puppies whenever the puppies were born, and she just threw it out. She was like, I don't want this now.
I imagine not. No.
Yeah. So I was like, she's like, oh, now I got to get a new one. I was like, oh, darn.
You ever heard of a yard vacuum?
Yeah, is it the one that you push it and it
No, it's actually a big ass vacuum. It's like a mower.
And it just sucks everything.
It just sucks the leaves up into a big bag.
Nah, that's weird.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever seen one or heard of it, and I
see people out there with leaf blowers anymore. I don't ever see anybody raking. They're just out there with leaf blowers blowing the leaves.
They just blow them onto the curb.
They just blow them out to the curb.
Well, see, I can't blow it out into the curb.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So what I do is I blow it into my yard, and then I come around with that.
Is there a field right behind your house?
I mean, there's a lot of fields around my house, but
I'd be blowing that shit over that fence into that field. Look, see,
but there's house back here.
There's houses behind me. Yeah. I would literally have to drive.
I gotcha.
I mean, I could take it to the woods.
What you do is you have a big 50-gallon trash bag. Tell your kids to hold that shit, and you just blow all them leaves into the bag while they're holding it, and just spraying them down with fucking leaves at the same time. You could have a lot more fun than you think.
Yeah.
Just fucking them up, shooting leaves at them. I know it doesn't sound very violent, but I bet it gets kind of violent. I don't know,
leaves in their eyes
thing, like a paper cut. So. I'm kind of picturing it like a fucking.
Dad, can I have some goggles? No, quit being a pussy.
Like Bulbasaur out there doing shooting leaves at the Pokemon. Sorry, my mind went elsewhere on that one. Nerd. Anyway,
that's such a nerd.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever used that vacuum thing. It's actually worked out pretty nice.
All right. Well, I got kids. I just make them go rake the fucking yard. I don't have a lot of trees around though either, so. We also have a leaf blower.
I got to burn the pile in my backyard.
We have a great leaf blower.
Is that all the story? Is that it?
It was for someone in particular.
She's hinting I need to get out there and fucking blow the leaves out.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I got 3 leaf
blowers.
Jeez.
He's not done it in the 6 years we've lived there.
That's not true.
You did the backyard once.
No, I did the fucking front too.
Okay, once
No,
in
more
6
than
years.
that. Whatever.
You're a liar.
He's like, God damn it.
Quit
Shut
telling
up,
people my
woman.
business.
You make me sound bad.
Here. You're off all week. I've been working. You get out there and do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
No, you won't.
You're right.
These bulls, I'm gonna leave them out there for another week.
I might leave him out there the rest of the year.
Maybe. I probably will.
I probably will, yeah. All right, well, anyway, welcome back.
The snow will make it go away.
Yeah, once the snow's on it, you forget about it.
Yeah.
So, doesn't matter. You know how many times that hand has done that?
Probably
Like,
too many.
I-
Oh God, when
First-
Madison was there, I think it was at least once every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first 2 years at my house, I didn't rake the leaves, and then I've been having to do that every year now since. So,
Whatever.
Welcome back. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew.
I
we're
mulch
about
it
6
in the
minutes
spring.
in. That's good. It's Thanksgiving week. We didn't do a Thanksgiving movie because fuck that. Because there's not a lot of them. I guess we could have
Thanksgiving.
done
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving or trains, planes, and automobiles.
that would be a good one.
Yeah, but fuck it.
Best
didn't.
part's when they're all freezing. The dog.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
We already did
I feel like
Dutch.
we've done enough horror movies though for the time being. You know what I mean?
Take that back.
You know, the next one that's going to be pulled is going to be a horror movie. Well,
Yeah, just because you
Probably,
said that.
Yeah, probably.
Better be a comedy. Surf Ninjas.
It's not in there.
It needs to be.
He keeps saying it like it's gonna get pulled. And it's not even in the
Like
box.
it's imaginarily just
Yeah.
gonna make it in there. We're gonna add stuff when it gets lower. I
She's
think.
just going to
I
read
don't even
something.
know how
It's
low it
going
is. You
to.
know when the last time was I even looked in that box?
it's 3 years.
We're at about 51 left in there.
51.
Hmm
Shit, man, that'll get us to 200.
Yeah.
Sam Neill.
Nope.
Laurence Fishburne.
Yep.
I like that guy.
I thought about Sam Neill and I was like, that's too-
Morpheus.
I got some good trivia for him for the movie, like from the movie.
Who? Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, and
Excuse me.
I was absolutely like, he's definitely one of my favorite actors now that I hear some of these things that happen behind the scenes with him.
I was reading some of his trivia. I was like, I kind of like this dude.
Dude, he's something, man.
Yeah.
He's got such a storied career.
Yeah, isn't his daughter like? Didn't she go to do porn or something?
Mm.
I think I heard something about like she did like a porn video or something like that, and it was like a big. I know something happened with his daughter, and there was like a big deal about it. So yeah, look it up. I'm pretty sure she like did like a porn or something like that, or some shit like that. Yeah, and he was like not very thrilled about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So because I remember after that, I was like, damn, dude, that sucks. Like to be that guy.
Oh yeah, because then like you're already famous, and then your kids. Like I don't know if I was famous, I don't know if I'd have kids. You know?
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. DUI arrest, battery on police officer, other charges for solicitation, and the adult film industry at 18 using her real last name, which pissed him off.
That's sort of a trope, though. You've got these people that are like good standing citizens that have kids, and their kids like rebel to the point where it's like, I'm gonna ruin your reputation too if I can, you know?
Yeah, it just sucks for him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
it makes you wonder, like, was he a bad dad, or was it just like the way that
Look,
she
with
was?
everything
or...
that we went through, I do not blame parents when their kids turn out to be terrible anymore. I'm not saying that it isn't ever a parent's fault. I'm sure there's plenty of times it is, but
Fatty's Rhymes.
A lot of it's
and
got
Dimes
something to do with the
14.
society.
What?
That's one of
I
her
agree with
movies.
that.
All right.
Fatty's
really do.
Rhymes and Dimes 14.
Kids see all these things, and
And then Montana Fishburne.
It also has a lot to do with who they decide to run around with and things like that. You know, I think that has a lot to do with it.
well, especially if you look at all of their kids, right? And they've
Mhm.
got one bad apple. I don't know if you can really blame parenting for that.
Right.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, that's how I feel about it, but
This dude's got a fucking filmography, dude.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's got a
Jesus.
storied career.
Like, insane. Yeah, it's extensive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to pick one that you really like your favorite because he's got so many. Hell, he was even in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, I remember that. You want me to read his profile? Or do you want to read?
I got it. It's actually longer than the fucking movie.
Oh.
So there's that. Checking my voice.
Yeah?
No.
You should probably get it auto-tuned.
Auto-tune. All right. Laurence Fishburne. Critically hailed for his forceful, militant, authoritative figures and one of Hollywood's most talented and versatile performers, Laurence John Fishburne III, has been the recipient of numerous awards, including a number of NAACP image honors. Born in Augusta, Georgia on July 30th, 1961, Hattie Bell Crawford, a teacher, and Laurence John Fishburne Jr., a juvenile correction officer. Wow, he should have done more with his granddaughter then. His mother transplanted her family to Brooklyn after his parents divorced. Why? Me and your dad's getting divorced. We're moving to Brooklyn. Why Brooklyn? Why would you move to New York on purpose?
I'm sure it was different back then, at least a little bit.
But Brooklyn? No, it wasn't. It was fucking terrible.
How do you know?
Because it was Brooklyn. It's always been bad. It's never been good.
That's just profiling, and profiling is wrong.
Profiling an entire town?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know how bad Brooklyn
Look it up.
Was then.
Let's say 1970. Brooklyn. What was it like?
I'm gonna Google it.
You Google it.
It was thriving.
At the age of 10, so it would have been 1971. The young boy appeared in his first play, In My Many Names and Days, at a cramped little theater space in Manhattan. He continued but managed to avoid the trappings of a child star per se, considering himself more of a working child actor at the time. Billing himself as Larry Fishburne during his early phase, he never studied or was trained in the technique of acting.
Brooklyn in the 1970s was fostered unique cultural movements and a sense of resilience within the communities. Most people moved there for its low crime and violence. Urban decay and economic hardship was not a thing yet. And economic decline, while I don't know what that word means.
Probably meant something bad.
Rampant, probably, but while rampant in other parts of the city, Brooklyn was thriving.
Shut up, Karen. God.
What? I'm lying. No, I'm really lying. It says no, 1970s Brooklyn was not a good place to live for many due to rampant crime, high poverty, and urban decay.
See? Told you.
I just took bits and pieces of it, made it sound better.
It did sound good. Damn. She got me again. Don't always believe what Karen says.
No, I'm always telling the truth with a twist.
You did not sound confident in that at all. You're like, I'm always telling the truth.
You shouldn't sound confident. No.
There was no confidence in that at all.
I am so confident.
Bullshit.
She's like, she had to think about it. I'm always telling the truth.
I never lie.
All right, anyway. In 1973, at the age of 12, young Laurence won a recurring role on the daytime soap One Life to Live in 1968. Whatever. That lasted 3 seasons. He subsequently made his film debut in the ghetto-themed Cornbread Earl and Me in 1975. At 14, Francis Ford Coppola cast him in Apocalypse Now in 1979, which was filmed for 2 years in the Philippines. Laurence didn't work for another year and a half after that long episode. Fuck me. Where you going?
Shirt off.
Oh,
It's
she's
too hot
stripping
here.
over here. She had to do it off camera.
That's just a weird thing to do on camera.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just gonna get naked for you guys.
A graduate of Lincoln Square Academy, Coppola was impressed enough with Laurence to hire him again down the line with featured roles in Rumblefish, The Cotton Club, and Gardens of Stone. Throughout the 1980s, he continued to build up his film and TV credit list with featured roles despite little fanfare. A reoccurring role as Cowboy Curtis on the kiddie show Pee-wee's Playhouse helped him through whatever lean patches there were at the time. You didn't know that?
No, I said I remember that.
Oh, yeah. TV guest appearances at the time included Trapper John, MASH, Hill Tree Blues, Miami Vice, Spencer for Hire, and The Equalizer. With the new decade, the 1990s came out stardom for Laurence. A choice lead in John Singleton's Urban the Tale, Boys in the Hood, 1991, catapulted him immediately to the front of the film ranks. Set in LA's turbulent South Central area, his potent role as a morally minded, divorced father who strives to rise above the ignorance and violence of his surroundings, Laurence showed true command and the ability to hold up any film. On stage, Laurence would become invariably linked to playwright August Wilson and his 20th century epic African American experience after starring for 2 years as the eruptive ex-con in two Trains Running. For this powerful mesmerizing performance, Laurence won nearly every prestigious theater award in the books: Tony, Outer Critics Circle, Drama Desk, and the Theater World. It was around the time of this career hallmark that he began billing himself as Laurence instead of Larry. More awards and accolades came his way, in addition to an Emmy for the pilot episode of the series Tribeca. He was nominated for his fine work in the quality mini movies, The Tuskegee Airmen and Miss Evers Boys. On the larger screen, both Laurence and Angela Bassett were given Oscar nominations for their raw, seething portrayals of rock stars Ike and Tina Turner in the film What's Love Got to Do with It? I remember that movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. To his credit, he managed to take an extremely repellent character and make it a sobering and captivating experience. A pulp box office favorite as well, he originated the role of Morpheus, Keanu Reeves' mentor, in the exceedingly popular futuristic sci-fi The Matrix. Best known for its groundbreaking special effects, he wisely returned for its back-to-back sequels. Into the millennium, Laurence extended his talents by making his screenwriting and directorial debut in Once in a Life, in which he also starred. The film is based on his own critically acclaimed play, Riff Raff, which he staged 5 years earlier. In 1999, he scored a major theater triumph with a multiracial version of The Lion in Winter as Henry II opposite Stockard Channing's Eleanor of Aquitaine? Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah. On film, Fishburne has appeared in a variety of interesting roles in not always successful films. Nevertheless, then compelling, a few of his more notable parts include an urban speed chess player in Searching for Bobby Fischer, a military prisoner in Cadence. What did I say?
Cadence?
Military prisoner, right? Is that what it is? Okay, making sure. I thought I said Fisher. No, okay.
No, you said Bobby
Bobby
Fischer.
Fischer.
Right.
Search for Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A college professor in Singleton's Higher Learning. A CIA, that was actually a good movie. A CIA operative in Bad Company. The title role in Othello. A spaceship rescue team leader in sci-fi horror Event Horizon. A Depression-era gangster in Hoodlum. A dogged police sergeant in Clint Eastwood's Mystic River. A spelling bee coach in Aquila and the Bee. And prominent roles in the mainstream films Predators from 2010 and Contagion from 2011. He returned occasionally to the theater. In April 2008, he played Thurgood Marshall in the one-man show Thurgood and won a Drama Desk Award. It was later transferred to the TV screen and earned an Emmy nomination. In the fall of 2008, Fishburne replaced William Peterson as the male lead investigator in the popular CBS drama CSI Crime Scene Investigation, but left the show in 2011 to refocus on films and was in turn replaced by Ted Danson. Having since had a regular role as Pops in the comedy Blackish, he has also been seen on the bigger screen in the Superman movies Man of Steel and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice as Daily Planet Chief Perry White. Played a hired assassin in the thriller Standoff, portrayed a minister in former Vietnam War vet in Last Flag Flying, and essayed the role of revengeful prison warden and Imprisoned. Fishburne has 2 children, Langston and Montana, from his first marriage to actress Hajna Omas. Sure. In September 2002, Fishburne married Cuban-American actress Gina Torres. All right, a little bit of trivia. I didn't write a lot down. I just wrote some. He was 14 years old when he was first cast in Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. He had celebrated his 15th and 16th birthdays during the making of the film. He saved Emilio Estevez from being sucked under by quicksand while they were relaxing off set. That's actually true. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, yeah.
A founding member of the
I bet he did it just like in the movies too, all cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
Here's a stick.
Yeah.
You want a sandwich?
He's a founding member of the Guggenheim Motorcycle Club, a group that arranges rides to art museums around the world. So they're a biker gang that goes to art museums.
I bet any one of those guys could kick your ass. They'd be like those, what is it, the Angels or whatever in LA? Devil's Angels? Hell's Angels. Yeah, it'd be like those guys, only they're going to art museums, and then you like make fun of them, they turn around and clock you right in the jaw. Yeah.
I like how he interpreted the wondrous abstract background. Man, that looks fucking retarded. What the fuck did you say?
Yeah.
In the early 1980s, he and fellow New York actor Giancarlo Esposito, I always fuck up Giancarlo Esposito, were roommates during the Los Angeles pilot season.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Somehow that makes sense.
He claimed that following his portrayal of Ike Turner, it was in What's Love Got to Do with It, it took years for black women to stop giving him the evil eye.
I imagine he did so good in that movie. But even I was like, every time I saw him for a little while, I'm like, I don't like you.
Yeah, you're a dick in that movie.
I don't like you. And then like after a while, I'm like, no, wait, I know who you are.
He's
okay, we're
awesome.
good.
He's Morpheus now to me.
Yeah, I guess he's Morpheus to most people.
Yeah. He has appeared in 3 films that have been selected for the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or ethnically significant. Apocalypse Now, Boys in the Hood, and The Matrix.
Love Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. So it was a long one, but he's, like we said, he's
Got a very storied career. Long, storied career.
Yeah, he's got quite the career. So, wow, the movie's actually shorter than the thing. All right, favorite Laurence Fishburne movie?
Dream Warriors.
I knew it was
Dream
Dream
Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah. Huh?
I knew it'd be Dream Warriors.
I'm just kidding. Actually, it's Event Horizon. I don't watch a lot of stuff, and I don't care for the Matrix that much.
He doesn't
so.
have the biggest role in Dream Warriors. Either.
No, he doesn't.
kinda
He's just
there in the
an orderly.
background.
One of the nice orderlies.
Yeah.
Enough of a role to have a credit.
I don't know, honestly.
It's got a
I
lot of good movies.
like Morpheus.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood. Here I'm fucking talking about. I'm
Blanked
just
out.
going Like, what the fuck? He was good in School Days. Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I really liked him in Boys in the Hood. I think I'll go with that.
What about you?
Saw it on Precinct 13.
Oh yeah, he wasn't a bad guy, but that was a good movie. It was a good remake.
I was just about to ask, was that the remake? of
Yeah.
the original?
Yeah, the remake. He's the guy that's in the jail cell that they're trying to get or whatever or some shit.
I seen it once years and years ago. I don't.
It's
really
good.
remember.
It's got fucking Ethan Hawke in it, don't it? It's got Ethan Hawke in it.
I think so.
I think for me, man, he's done a lot of good movies.
It has.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go with.
Yeah, you know,
I'm gonna have to go with the Matrix movies, honestly.
he's
I
like
love the
that's
Matrix
like the
movies.
most he's noted for.
Yeah, I know, but like he's so awesome as Morpheus.
Yeah,
He's actually one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm just not a huge fan of the Matrix.
I am. I even like the two sequels.
Yeah.
The new one was garbage, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Matrix. I really liked him, so yeah. But he's awesome in everything. Hell, I even like him in the John Wick movies. So
Yeah, I mean, if you know,
yeah.
I loved him in
Bowery
What's
Jr.
Love Got to Do with It. I loved him in Tuskegee Airmen. It's just I don't know a lot of movies that I've watched with him that I would be like, yeah, fucking love that movie. Other than Event Horizon.
True. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So that's why I picked that one.
Okay.
I think he's a fantastic actor. It doesn't matter what role he's doing. I think he's going to do it well. It's just there's not a lot of movies that really, do it for me.
Right. Nope. That part where he headbutts through the wall in the first Matrix, that's the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the first Matrix isn't bad. I just couldn't sign on after that.
I remember in high school we were counting the days down until the next one.
Yeah, and then I watched the second one. I was like, guys, this sucks.
Yeah, the second one we were like, it's good. But all right.
Let's talk about the movie.
Let's talk about this fucking movie, guys. Oh, we watched Event Horizon from 1997. Yeah, 1997. Karen, plot synopsis.
In 2047, a group of astronauts are sent to investigate and salvage the starship Event Horizon, which disappeared mysteriously 7 years before on its maiden voyage. However, it soon becomes evident that something sinister resides in its corridors. Rated R, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Paul Anderson directed. Laurence Fishburne as Miller, Sam Neill as Weir, Kathleen Quinlan as Peters, Jolie Richards as Stark, Richard T. Jones as Cooper, Jack Noseworthy as Justin, Jason Isaacs as DJ, and Sean Pertwee as Smith. That's as far as I'm going. Because those guys, that's like the key people.
Now, is this Paul Anderson or Paul Thomas Anderson?
Officially Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah, that's the same guy that did the fucking Resident Evil movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy that's
Yeah.
married to Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy.
Nobody likes that guy.
Because he fucking slaughtered all those movies. I just
He
don't.
He did good
He
with this
doesn't-
one.
Doesn't do good movies.
He doesn't do good Resident Evil movies.
he did good with bringing
But
Barry back.
technically, that would be the problem of the writers.
Huh?
Technically, that would be the problem of the writers.
Yeah, but he like spearheaded all those movies. I'm sure he had final say, and I'm pretty sure he wrote most of them too.
Did he? I don't
Yeah.
know. I know I don't like the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah,
Last one
fucking
was good.
terrible.
It's the foundation upon which they're built.
I like the
They
first
brought
one.
Barry
That
back
was
in
it.
the last
I didn't
one.
like the first.
I did because it was separate. It was okay. Okay, tell a separate story. That's fine. But then they're like, started introducing all these other characters from the games. I'm like, no, don't do that. You had a separate thing going. That's fine.
Yeah, I guess that would be the kicker, right? Like either don't embrace it or do embrace it.
Whenever they
But
say
He did
announce
the Mortal
Nemesis,
Kombat movie.
huh?
He did Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
in
did.
95.
Yeah.
yeah. Which that was good. I'll give him that. But,
Well, that's what I'm saying. My heartburn is with Resident Evil. I don't have a problem with anything else he's done, really. It's Resident Evil that I have a problem
See
with.
the Monster Hunter movie?
They brought
yeah, it was bad.
I ain't seen it.
It was
No,
garbage.
I know.
And I was really upset because
You
that
sent me
Tony
the
Jaa
thing
in it.
because we
I
were
love
both
Tony
like,
Jaa.
did we make that up?
Anyway,
In
all
our
right.
heads?
I
I'm
won't
gonna go around the
cheat that.
table, see if you guys watch, recommend.
Yes and yes.
Yeah, I'd watch it again, and I would recommend. Like, this is definitely a better sci-fi spaced horror movie. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get good space horror movies very often.
Dude, I watched Jack's face like when the scarier parts would happen, and every time, like when they first find that transmission, and he turns it on, they start like,
Yeah,
he's like. Then he looked at me, and I was like, "You okay?" And he's like,
it goes there a few times in this movie. I'm like, damn.
"Yeah."
It's kind of sadistic.
Well, if you really know what their true vision was, they had to pull it back a lot just to get it like released.
yeah, I bet.
I want to
yeah.
see the original cut.
This is a great movie. I would recommend that. It's not without its flaws. Don't get me wrong. It's
No,
definitely got a lot of
no.
flaws.
It's like
but-
Hellraiser meets space.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well, they took a lot.
Well, they
of...
already did that though with Hellraiser Bloodlines.
I'm just saying, that's kind of how it was.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah,
Well, really, if you think about it,
it's kind of
they
the
took a
same
lot
vibe,
of
too, a little bit, yeah.
inspiration from that. Basically, they were going for haunted house in space with the bad guys or the bad parts of
Gruesome.
it to be very Ridley oriented. Or like
Grotesque.
who's the artist that did the
H.R. Geiger.
H.R. Geiger? Most of the designs are built on his. He was actually on set to help with the building of the gravity drive, the meat grinder,
Really?
all of that stuff.
Because
yeah.
it was honestly, and I say this without the influence of Hellraiser Bloodlines, but it definitely was giving me Clive Barker vibes.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were going for.
Yeah.
The scarier things, they wanted to give you that unsettling vibe that those things always did. So they brought in a couple of people to help like design this stuff, because originally I think the gravity drive was going to be just like this ball that hung in there with like nothing around it. It was just going to be like this magnetic ball held up by magnetism, blah blah blah.
Yeah, the design of the drive was awesome. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was their original idea, and then Geiger kind of took that and was like, yeah, but what if we did this? And, you make the room itself sort of a weapon, and
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
mm-hmm.
Watch, recommend?
Absolutely both. This is one of those movies I could probably watch over and over again, honestly. I really like it.
What about you, Eric?
What?
Watch,
He blacked
recommend?
out. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a question, though, before we get going on it.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm a lone wolf here. Jeremiah and Jack were both like, yeah, I'd go into space. I'd do this.
No.
If you offered it to me, if this was
No.
my job, I would go.
No. Fuck that. No.
Man, that's
No.
a tough call.
That's
I
an
think it would
absolute
depend.
no from me.
I think it would depend on a lot of things. Like, do I have kids? Am I married? How much does it pay? All these things are in question for me.
You know
There's
those,
no amount of money that you could give me.
like
there's
Kosai.
100% a good amount of money you could give me.
Kosai's
They had to
theater.
be making good because he said
You
they
know
were
they
on
make
leave.
good money.
Yeah.
The theater
Then they
in
got
Kosai.
fucking drugged back in.
Yeah.
Pissed him
I
off.
can't do this. I
You got
cannot.
the meat grinder room?
No,
like that?
no,
Oh, in
I
the- in
cannot
the-
do that. No, I'm talking about if you go to Kosai and you go
Yeah,
to that theater.
We
and
did
you
it
have
that one time we
Yeah,
paid for.
the whole time
when
we
took
were there.
kids.
I had to have my eyes closed. I cannot do those kind of theaters because it makes me so fucking dizzy and
Oh.
So
oh
you
my
gotta know
God,
which way
it's
is up and down.
Yeah.
For me, it's
It's
not
terrible.
about that. For me, it's it's like
Yeah.
claustrophobia. You know what I mean? Like when he said, "Do you have claustrophobia?" and he gets in that tube or whatever, I would have been free. You got to knock my ass out right away.
That wouldn't have bothered me.
Oh no, can't do it. And then like to know that I can't like walk outside and get a breath of fresh air, like that is just terrifying to me. Like I don't even need like you want to see a horror movie for me? Just put my ass in space. I don't even need like an alien or a bad guy or ghosts or people back from hell. I don't need any of that. I'm scared already. Just walking around the ship.
Right. Think of it like this. You take a fish out of the water, right? You put it in like a fish tank. That's like them being in space.
Yeah, I don't have fish.
I'm just saying, like that's what you would be like floating around in a big can.
Yeah.
In space.
Yeah, I'm not a fish.
If
I
fish
don't
can
own
do it,
fish.
I can do it.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I can do it.
No fucking way.
So yes,
Like I
I
said,
stick with my original answer.
I get so fucking disoriented in that kind of stuff. Like, it's terrible.
You know how beautiful it would be to just be out there and see stars.
I have no doubt it's the most beautiful thing in the
Yeah.
world. There's just no way you're getting me up there.
What about the ocean?
That's a different story. Yeah.
I can't do deep sea either. There's no way.
I don't trust the ocean.
Man. I just want to find out what's underneath there.
I do too. But
He would go in a
take a
heartbeat.
camera and show me.
He would go in a heartbeat. He has no problem with any of that stuff. He'd be like,
do.
"Oh yeah, I'll do it."
No problem being
crazy
underwater and all that.
I'd
but
rather
it's
die
like-
in space than die in water. I'm good. Yeah.
I think both would suck. I think both would be like drowning, and drowning terrifies me.
You pretty much choke on your own blood in space.
Yeah.
You'll probably freeze to death first.
No, you'd be like, "What happened to Baby Bear? You're gonna die before you freeze."
You'll blow up.
Yeah, it's a big
like
That's
vacuum.
supposed to be one of the
Leprechaun
most realistic decompression scenes ever made.
Hmm.
So you're gonna
Bleed out from the
bleed
inside.
out before you.
That's true because of the oxygen in your
It's
blood.
it's a big
Yeah.
vacuum.
Yeah,
You just blow up like a leprechaun, dude.
yeah. But I'm not a leprechaun. Okay, we ready?
I'm just saying.
In 2047, a distress signal is received from the Event Horizon, a starship that disappeared during its maiden voyage to Proxima Centauri 7 years earlier. The ship has mysteriously reappeared in orbit around Neptune, prompting the U.S. Aerospace Command to dispatch the rescue vessel Lewis and Clark to investigate.
I love that this is only like 22 years in the future.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, no.
It's so funny because, like, anytime you watch a futuristic movie now and they call out the year, you're like, didn't happen.
Or
Sorry.
like, there's no way we're there in 20 years or whatever. Like, if this would say like 22, 40 something or like that, I'm like, okay, that's a little
bit more believable.
I
But
won't be
think
alive
about
for
it.
that,
Think
so-
about it. Back in the day, like, they always made movies and it was like 2000. It would be like, wow, that's so far
We're gonna have
away.
flying cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is a
Yeah.
prime example.
2015,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flying
Yeah.
cars and shit.
Maybe they should have done the year 3000.
It was a
you
movie.
know?
What movie did we watch recently that was like the future? Oh, it was 2016. Something happened in 2016. Man, it was a movie we just watched recently, and they did a remake for 2016. And we said that the movie, a remake or something like that, had come out in 2016, or a sequel, and it bombed terribly, or some shit like that.
I don't know.
Fucking what movie was
It's
it?
just like the Mad Max movies and like Waterworld and all that. They all based it off like early 2000s.
I think that if you make a futuristic movie, like if you make a futuristic movie like going forward, really you should
Great
just
movie.
not put a year on it. Just say in the
I
distant
got three
future.
different cuts of it.
Yeah, in the distant future.
That's how Star Wars did it.
Yeah, I
They
like
never
that.
got
I
it
like how
wrong.
Star Wars did it. It said in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago in a
Yeah.
galaxy. So you're like, so is it the future or
It's
the
timeless,
past?
like,
It's
you
the
don't-
past, but it's in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like
there's no way that we would ever perceive that because it's too far away for
us to know about.
It's crew Captain Miller, second in command Lieutenant Stark, pilot Smith, medical technician Peters, engineer Ensign Justin, Dr. DJ, and rescue technician Cooper is joined by Dr. William Weir, the Event Horizon's designer. Shortly before arrival at the Event Horizon, he briefs them on the ship's experimental gravity drive with a simple visualization of how it folds space-time to instantly transport the ship across vast distances.
I knew he was a bad apple. Just from the get-go.
It's funny because like Sam Neill has played bad guys before, but nobody's ever seen it because nobody's ever seen The Omen 3, but like me. And so like, well, I made you watch it, but like, he does it so well.
Yeah, he does.
And I didn't like him as Damien myself, but he does a good
I always
job playing
picture
a
him
bad
as
guy.
a bad guy. I know whenever he was in Jurassic Park, I was like, wait, he's not the bad guy? You know what I mean? Like,
See, all I ever saw of him before I saw The Omen 3 was him being a good guy. So I've always envisioned him as a good guy. And then I saw The Omen 3 and I was like, well, you're not the Damien I pictured, but you are pretty fucking evil. And then, you see Event Horizon, you're like, oh shit. He's back. All right. It folds space-time to instantly, blah, blah, blah. He then plays for them the distress signal, which consists of screams, howls, and what sounds like a voice. DJ recognizes it as the Latin Liberate Me, which he translates as Save Me. Upon boarding the Event Horizon, the crew finds signs of a massacre. As they search for survivors, the ship's gravity drive activates and briefly pulls Justin into a portal before unleashing a shockwave that breaches the hull of the Lewis and Clark. The crew is forced to move to the Event Horizon while Cooper rescues Justin from the portal, finding that he has been reduced to a catatonic state. Smith and Cooper are sent on a spacewalk to repair the hull of the Lewis and Clark while the rest of the crew begins to experience hallucinations of what they fear or regret most. Miller sees a subordinate he was forced to abandon to his death. Peter sees her son with his legs covered in bloody lesions.
Which was fucking gross. Fucking gross. I showed that. I was like, oh.
I forgot you get that.
You have to see like where some of the other stuff was tapered down, like the original DJ, like where he's vivisected.
Oh yeah.
And over the table, that was more. It was longer, had more light. You could see more. Like it was, and it made people throw up at test audiences. So they had to.
That's the shit I want to see.
That's what I'm saying. They had so much in here that like even the scary factor, according to people that worked on this,
leave that stuff in, man. Well, if that was made today, they would definitely leave that.
Well,
shit
like
in.
the scary factor, like one of the guys was like, it was up to 11. The action versus horror, the horror outweighed action way more in the original cut. I'm like, I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see that shit.
They probably showed the video of all those people eating.
Oh yeah, it was uncut, and I have what was included. Not in the video, but I can say it if you guys want to hear it. It's at the very bottom. It's what I called special
explicit stuff.
Yeah. I have everything that they said was in it. Obviously the video is long gone, but what they said they did.
Right.
Where is it? Justin suddenly awakes from his coma while the entire ship seems to be shaking and attempts to vent himself from the airlock. He is saved at the last second by Miller, who places a severely injured Justin in stasis.
The only other movie I ever remember that guy in, I think, was Idle Hands.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that's who I know. That's where I know him from. Do you know he's gay in real life?
I think I did know.
Yeah, like I found that out, when I was researching for like Idle Hands, and I was like, oh wow, like he's everything he's ever played never gave any indication or whatever. Like that's an actor, I guess.
Well, they called him Baby Bear in this.
But they called her Mama Bear, so
yeah, but
where is it? Shaken Miller confides in DJ about his hallucinations, prompting the doctor to share that he found a longer phrase in the distress signal. It really says "Liberate te tutamet ex infernus," or as he translates it, "Save yourself from hell." So was it me, or did anybody else notice when he, confessed to mistranslating it? Like, Miller had a look on his face like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Did anybody else notice that?
Not until you said something.
I started laughing, and he paused it, and he's like, what's so funny? I was like, his face says, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it until she said something.
It cracked me up.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, now you tell me. DJ concludes that the ship's drive must have opened a gateway somewhere beyond the known universe and brought something horrible back with it. A video log discovered on the Event Horizon adds more weight to this conclusion, revealing a scene of the crew brutalizing each other after engaging the gravity drive, with their captain chanting in Latin as he holds his own eyeballs in his hands. Miller immediately orders his crew to speed up their evacuation.
Nope, that's enough for me. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I'm telling you, I see something like that, I'm like,
time to go.
Gotta go.
Gotta
go now.
Ship. You can't breathe on it. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go on the other ship.
I've seen enough here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's dead. The ship's fucked. We're out.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but when they turned on the lights and you see just all of that gore.
They weren't even fazed by it.
No, I would have seen that and been like, I'm gonna go see if they need help fixing the hull.
Medical seems okay, right?
No, I'm gonna go see if they need help fixing the hull. You have no welding experience. I'll learn. Bye.
Yeah. They didn't even weld it anyway. They're like, siliconed it and then like used giant bolts, which made no sense. Like, why would you weld?
They
that
didn't
shit?
weld the
No, it was
outside
like
of
No.
no.
I
It was
thought
like
that
a
was weld, I'm
foam, and then they
sorry.
used like these like
Well, maybe that's a
harpoon
quick.
bolts.
Maybe that's a quick patch.
Yeah, definitely a quick patch.
You know what I mean? To get them to like somewhere else, and then they can deal with it.
I don't know, maybe.
It's mostly just to get them out away to where they can actually
Hey,
call for
if
help.
I saw that video, I'd be good with them using that. What's that fucking tape?
Duct tape?
Duct tape?
No, no,
The
the
aerospace
one you can
tape?
punch a hole in a boat and sail across
Oh,
the
that-
ocean with it.
Oh,
Fucking
quick
rubber
seal or
shit.
some shit.
Yeah, the
rubber
rubber
seal.
tape. I'd be like, what is
Yeah.
it?
Rubber seal, I think.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
know, but yeah, like they always do the videos and they're like smack it, and then it just like
Yeah, they punch a hole in the.
You
or
can-
actually,
you
I saw the one where they installed a screen door in the
Mhm.
bottom
Look up
of a
what's
boat,
that tape called.
and they used the like that rubber seal on the screen door.
Flex seal.
Flex seal.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you can flex seal that shit, and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for boats, it's good enough for me.
If it's good enough for boats, it's good enough for space.
As she and Smith retrieve CO2 scrubbers from the event horizon, Peters is lured to her death by a hallucination of her son. Weir finds her body and is flung into a hallucination of his wife's suicide, driving him to gouge out his own eyes and embrace the ship's evil presence.
I had a problem with that.
With what?
Her suicide.
She was lonely.
No, kids. It's down the street, not across it.
Yeah, I know.
Or down
Oh,
the
yeah.
road, not across the street.
And the funny thing is
They
that when
say
she
down
did
the
it,
river, not
Jesus,
across
down-
the street, or down the river, not across. It doesn't matter. It's the same.
well, it's funny because she goes at an angle, but then when you see them, they're straight.
Ah,
you
she
guys
just
notice
went like that.
No, I seen her go like that, like down, and then I'm sorry, we're not going to talk about how the right way is.
The only nudity in this entire movie,
It was a titty, wasn't it?
Titties.
it was hers, yeah. But like, I'm like, and my son Jackson wasn't in the room at all until this scene.
Of course.
No, he didn't
That's
come down
usually how
on
it
purpose.
goes.
He just happened to be coming down the stairs, and we're watching this. We're like, God damn it! So like, Chris was like, "Don't look at the TV." I'm like, "Yeah, don't look, dude." I was like, the entire movie, and this is the scene you come down during.
Yeah, that's how it always works.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
it works.
So
My kid watched it. I don't care.
Now thoroughly
no, they're
corrupted.
good to look at. They weren't nothing good
They
special.
weren't that great. Now thoroughly corrupted, he uses an explosive to destroy the Lewis and Clark, killing Smith and blasting Cooper into space.
What a dick.
That was funny. Then kills DJ by
Dude,
vivis-
Cooper's funny
vivisecting
as
him.
fuck.
Yeah.
Cooper
I can't
was
believe that
great.
dude was like launched out into space, and he still was like happy as fuck. He's like, "I'm coming back, motherfuckers!"
Yeah. Here I come, motherfuckers! And then he hits the front, and he's like, "Don't shoot at me!" Miller confronts Weir on the bridge, but is overpowered. Weir initiates a 10-minute countdown to activate the gravity drive and return the ship to the other hellish dimension.
I feel like that's the kind of dude, though, that whenever he's on Earth, like home, he's like, "I just need to get back into space, dude. It is fucking boring here."
Well, that's kind of what his wife, like, if you get the full, like, backstory or whatever, and, like, when he says, I didn't know or whatever, it's because he spent so much time away from her. But, like, to me, like, divorce? I don't know. I mean, he's not the last guy on Earth.
Well, that he
Well,
was
he's not on Earth. He's up in space all the time.
Well, he's not the last Earth man alive, I guess, is what I'm saying.
she's different. He was also macking hard on the blonde.
Ah, good point. He's always in different area codes, different planets as a guy, so she could do whatever the fuck she wants. That's bro code, right?
No.
Works for women.
What?
It'll work for women, too. He brought it up. That's bro
It's
code.
not
didn't they
cheating
say-
if it's in a different area code.
Yeah,
I think they even made an entire song about it.
probably.
Was that off of Role Models where she walks up to like grabs and she's like, we got a deal, me and my boyfriend. If we're not the same area code, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Ludacris and Nate Dogg. It's called
Okay.
area codes.
Miller Yeah, I already did that. Meanwhile, Cooper has used his spacesuit oxygen supply to propel himself back to the ship and appears at the bridge window. Weir shoots at him, shattering the window and blowing himself into space with the decompression. Miller, Stark, and Cooper survive and manage to seal out the ship's bridge. With their own ship destroyed, Miller plans to split the event horizon in two with explosives and use its forward section as a lifeboat. He is attacked by hallucinations, which turn out to be the resurrected and now even more...
I'm sorry. Was that expensive piece?
Miller fights him at the gravity drive and detonates the explosive, sacrificing himself to save his remaining crew. The gravity drive activates, pulling the ship's stern section into a black hole. Stark and Cooper enter stasis, beside a comatose Justin, and wait to be rescued. 72 days later, the wreckage of the Event Horizon is boarded by a rescue party who discover their survivors in stasis.
They get to Neptune fast. 72 days?
Yeah,
from
because
Earth to
it took them
Neptune?
56 days.
Yeah. I assume that it took time to prep, and like it makes sense that it's 72
Yeah,
days.
the timeline does make sense. It's just
Like,
they
all right,
must have
we
sent.
got 20 days.
They must
about
have
20
sent.
days to prep and get launched.
They
and all
must
that.
have sent somebody almost immediately.
Yeah, right.
Probably when they stopped getting regular check-ins.
I mean,
Something, yeah.
isn't it instead like it takes like 30, 40 years for you to get to Mars? Like now.
Yeah.
with what we
But
have.
see, what he explained in the movie, and one thing that
It's a
if you're not
one-way
paying
trip.
attention, you're not going to hear. But he says to Weir at one point when Weir said, if this is really necessary, which means to me he's never done deep space. But he said, is this really necessary? And Cooper looks at him and says, yes. As fast as the ship is going, the G's would tear apart your skeleton. So they go into the stasis, and the ship goes very, very fast, and then they're in this stasis inside of like basically a gelatinous liquid that keeps their body safe.
Protected, yeah.
Where was I? The gravity drive activates, pulling the ship's stern section into a black hole. Stark and Cooper enter stasis beside a comatose Justin and wait to be rescued. 72 days later, the wreckage of the Event Horizon is boarded by a rescue team who discover the survivors in stasis. Stark hallucinates Weir as one of the rescuers and screams, but she quickly awakens, realizing that it was only a nightmare. Cooper and the rescue team try to calm the terrified Stark as the doors close.
Well, I just got one question, though. Whenever he was designing this ship, and like, I built this ship, did you mean to make it look so fucking demonic and evil looking, like, and dark and just like it's Pinhead's favorite place to be? You know what I mean? Like, I like whenever he said, "Yeah, I built the ship," I'm like, why did you make it so dark?
One thing is, the only thing I will say is that I agree with you, but at the same time, like, if
I think the dimension was Pinhead's domain.
probably
they
but
could do a crossover.
They could have easily.
More so, like, the ship comes back, it's down to like no life support, no nothing, it's just barely floating in space, right? They turn on just enough to keep them alive, right? And to be on the ship. So not all the lights are lit, not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be as welcoming.
Even the design of like the gravity thing or whatever, and like you see a lot of the halls, like a lot of the corridors and stuff, they look fucking just like straight out of a goth movie, like out of a goth, like.
Well, the meat grinder though,
a fucking meat grinder.
The meat grinder though does actually make sense for trying to keep magnetic balance between because they called it containment 1, containment 2, and third containment, which is where the gravity drive is.
Right.
So you've got 2 containments trying to keep that magnetic pull in one direction. So the meat grinder one actually does make sense when you think about how are they going to keep that magnetic pull in that room. Well, you have to have some kind of magnetic pull pushing. Well, the only way to do that and create a walkway is...
But what about... So why exactly was the entire, like, corridor from, like, the main ship to that rigged with explosives?
He explained that. It's meant to be a lifeboat.
Right, I get that, but the entire ship is a lifeboat, and then the...
No, it just breaks that long corridor.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, though, like... He's like, this is completely safe, but then you're like, but why does that all explode and detach and turn that into a lifeboat if it's completely safe?
Because the gravity drive was experimental. They needed enough room between the living quarters and the gravity drive to make sense, and then enough room between the bridge and everything else to make sense. So that long corridor separates all of those things with enough distance that theoretically that magnetic drive isn't going to fuck with any other equipment.
Okay.
So that long corridor, when they explode it, is meant to separate the ship from that gravity drive, because the gravity drive is what they expect would be dangerous. It was left to the first crew. Like, if they were going to make other ships later, this is basically a prototype. So that long corridor is basically a safety mechanism. So, like, if you look at, like, if they were to make new ones, right, later, I'm sure that would be different, right? But since this is basically their prototype, that was their safety mechanism.
Right.
So that was why
Just
that
a
was a
question.
thing. No, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
So, in order to be on this ship, don't you think that some of these people would have to be like, or be part of this crew? Don't you think they'd have to be through some kind of psych evaluation?
Well,
And-
of course.
And psychiatrically, how many of these people would you actually approve for space? Like
All
the
of
woman?
them.
No. The woman herself is already mentally unstable because of her son and everything going on there. They wouldn't send her in space.
Well, I'm sure that this isn't the first mission that she's ever had that
Right.
happen. But this is their day to day, first of all. Second of all, space in this climate is a business. They can't get somebody to replace her. You think they give a fuck? No.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, as far as like psychiatric evaluations, I'm sure they have to go through them every so often. But if you're not up for one, just again, it's a business, right? And then second of all, I don't think that it would have mattered. That ship was not. I mean, you could be sane as fuck. You go up there, it's gonna fuck with you.
Right.
I mean, even Miller, who's probably the most stable of all of them.
Cooper definitely was. Cooper and the blonde lady. They're the most stable ones, dude. They were the only two who had like no mental problems. It was like, we're here.
Well,
Cooper was like happy about being in space. Like, I got this shit.
It's gonna go after the ones that are the weakest links, right?
Right.
Like that have trauma that it can
Yeah.
then it can attach.
Yeah, because you
to.
notice it didn't go after the blonde lady or the other, or after Cooper. Like, it just went after everybody else except those two. Well,
I
and
get,
then
maybe they
also-
didn't have trauma, or
Right,
maybe there's
exactly.
maybe there's deleted scenes that they
Yeah,
were supposed,
maybe,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And that's not a valid excuse because I don't believe like deleted
Yeah,
scenes shouldn't
right.
save your movie. But like, I'm just saying that like it's gonna take out the weakest links first. Maybe their trauma was a little more hidden
True. Because then there was the other dude who.
because I don't think anybody would be like immune
Right.
to what this ship can do.
Yeah, what's that dude's name who was in he was in Dog Soldiers and
Sean Pertwee.
yeah, he was also
He's my favorite character in this movie.
is he?
And
Yeah.
then it's DJ.
I love that dude. I love him in everything he's in though. Like he was awesome in Dog Soldiers too.
Yeah. No, I love Sean Pertwee in this movie, especially because, like, he doesn't have to see anything to know that it's not a good place to be.
Yeah, he's like, no, fuck that. I don't want to be here.
Well, and then they were like, well,
And
everybody
he
was
was
talking.
like, yeah, I'd rather be out there in space than be in here on this ship.
Well, yeah, and then he was like, you need to get back on the event horizon. He's like, I'm not going to do that. Instead, he keeps looking for the bomb. I would have been the same way, in all honesty. Just like, he said, everybody's like, oh, this is what's going on with me. And he's like, I haven't seen anything. But ever since we've gotten here, something is wrong here.
Yeah.
And, like, he was right, He's my favorite, and then it's DJ. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that
Which
no
one was
matter...
DJ?
DJ was the doctor, the one that
Oh, yeah, yeah.
mistranslated.
Medical doctor.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. But yeah, I don't think that. I don't
like
think
his
that.
instant go to was like, grab this motherfucker, put a knife to his throat, like, I will fucking kill you. Like,
Yeah. Diffuse the situation,
he
right?
diffused it real fast. He's like, what?
hmm He's like, I may agree with you, but we need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I don't know. I think that no matter who you are, no matter how stable you are, it's gonna get you eventually. That's what I got
Right.
from the way it all played out.
All right. Does anybody have anything they want to cover?
Nah, I got for my review, but that's it.
All right.
Let's go, let's bitch.
This is mostly.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with Jeremiah.
Hold on, give me a second.
You good?
Yeah, my eye.
Just like in the movie.
Like I said, I would watch and recommend. There's not really a whole bunch I have to complain about, aside like the flashback or whatever, or the whatever he's seen when she was cutting her wrists. And honestly, I would love to see everything that was cut and lost, but I felt that it actually did a strong enough job
I
with
agree.
what we got.
Yeah, I
mean,
agree. In a way, it almost
shows you-
it throws your imagination in a hyperdrive. Like what's
Yeah,
going
it
in the
shows you
background there? You
just
saw a
enough.
snippet, but like, what was it?
Yeah, it shows you just enough to keep you interested. the makeup that they did on Weir, all cut up and all that.
That was pretty cool. Him with the fucked up eyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was pretty
The
cool.
gouged out eyes and all of them. Yeah.
I will say that the sorry, go ahead. I'll say it. I might hear that.
Another thing that bugged me, but I don't let it bug me all that much, but because it was a sign of the times, but the fucking CGI fucking globs, it just kind of was like,
Oh yeah,
That's exactly what it's about.
yeah, it's like,
But I mean, it's
Hasn't aged
97.
very
No,
well.
it did
It
not.
hasn't aged well.
but
I
other
got
than
it right
that-
off the
See,
get.
I
From
don't
like when they
notice
started
it.
showing the floating
Yeah, the
things.
floating
Yeah, I
hole,
don't. Yeah, I was
like-
gonna say I don't notice it so much with the coolant, right?
I do.
I notice it mostly in that beginning scene where everything's floating around,
I do
and you
notice
see
it
like
there
the
a lot,
water
yeah.
bottle and all that. I notice it the most then. I don't notice it so much in the coolant scenes.
I
I
do
do.
because the coolant looks like this cheap CGI bullshit. Kind of like what it reminds me of is like that scene in The Matrix whenever he puts his finger in the mirror and it like covers.
Does
Like,
a little
Oh,
wavy thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
Terminator
that's like
2
cheap
did a
effects
better.
to me,
Yeah,
is what it-
Terminator 2 did a better job.
yeah,
what this did.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
Terminator did a
they
way
had
better
all
job
of the
with
budget.
that sort of effect.
Yeah, they had all of the budget.
They did, yeah. They had all of Hollywood's budget.
Yeah, like everything. Anybody else who wanted to make that movie had to make it out of their own
Yeah,
pocket.
James
They were
Cameron
like,
was in there like, not good enough. Try again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Need more money.
We're,
Who's
we're a
directing
few
that?
mil into this. I don't care. Keep going.
We need more money. Who's directing that one? Cameron. Oh yeah. All right, approved.
Didn't they use all the fucking money in the first one? He ended up using his own funds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used a lot of
Yeah.
his own money once they went over budget on the first one.
Yeah.
But
like honestly, like that kind of stuff is really my
Minimal.
own complaint. Like I thought the acting was good. Everybody did a fantastic job. I'd probably say a solid 7.
I think with me, I've got a few things that I don't care for. I was watching it last night, and I was like, there were a few things that I picked up on, but I was like, I'm gonna forget this tomorrow during the podcast, and I did. So for that, obviously, it's not that big of a deal if I forget them that easily. But aside from that, like I do love the effects. I think that I wish they would have showed maybe not all of it, but like give me more of the gore and things like that. I want to
Grotesque.
see more of that. Yeah.
Oh, they plan to.
Yeah,
they got
I get
vetoed.
it. You know, yeah. And but yeah, aside from that, I think all the acting was great. I loved everybody in the movie. Honestly, there were no really dislikable characters in the movie.
No,
No, I
Like,
made the
even
comment.
Weir as a character, like until he turns evil, is not a bad dude.
No.
No.
He's just a guy with a lot of like baggage.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And but I like everybody in the movie. I think that, you know, and I love anything Laurence Fishburne's in. I love that dude. But aside from that, I'm going to agree with him on that. The CGI is a little shoddy. But the effects of the ship, like outside the ship, are
Yep.
fucking fantastic. I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
that was like a
Tail end of the project. We
Well,
just
I don't
have
know
to
if
get
that
it
was
done.
a model or what they
They were.
did.
They were.
Or
They used all practical effects unless they had to use CGI.
Right.
And of course, the budget played a lot of, they had all these great sets built and all these
Yeah.
great models and stuff. And then it comes down to the tail end and they're like, oh, fuck.
the part with the part, I will say that like I didn't like the coolant effects, but whenever they turn the gravity back on and the coolant is floating and it falls, that was a pretty cool.
splashes.
That was
That
a
was a
really
good
cool
effect, yeah.
I like that. But aside from that, like that sphere thing or whatever, the
The
gravity
gravity drive.
drive, that thing was cool as fuck. Like
Mhm.
watching that sphere, like, and I was wondering,
And
too,
even the
'cause-
noise it makes.
yeah,
and,
like I wondered who designed it, and H.R. Geiger makes sense.
Well, mostly he designed the walls.
Right.
And then they kind of came in and were like, well, now the ball doesn't match.
Yeah, so we're gonna
And-
redesign the
yeah.
Make the ball look like the walls.
that
Mhm.
scene where Weir is in that crawl space of like
Looked like the
Electrical
Matrix.
panels.
yeah,
Yeah.
those things were cool as fuck, man. I was like, dude, that thing was awesome.
Oh, he crawled in there and I told Jeremiah, I said, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Get somebody else. I'm already in space. That's the most you're getting
I'm
from
waiting
me.
for
I
a
ain't crawling in
xenomorph
there.
to pop out somewhere and start murdering people like in the second one.
Fuck that.
Like, what is it, man? Space
Once
movies
the
are putting
fucking
them in tight
lights start
corridors.
going off,
Mm.
yeah, no.
Well, what
But,
else are they going to do? It's all
right,
tight, you know?
yeah.
Mm-mm.
But aside from that, yeah, it's a good movie. Like I said, it's got a few flaws and things like that, but it's a solid space horror movie. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. it's definitely an overlooked one too. Like
For
I don't think a lot of people recognize it. Like I mentioned to Crystal that we're watching Event Horizon, and she's like, "I've never even heard of that movie." Like,
man.
I do got a question though. Why was his wife's eyes out of her head when
It was
all she
just-
did was cut her wrist?
It's a hallucination.
yeah,
So
it was just a hallucination.
usually in movies when they show a possession,
Well, you
like
got to
where somebody's
think, if they're-
possessed.
They're saying that this is hell.
yeah,
The place has been to hell.
it's
She
literal
killed
hell.
herself.
It's literal hell.
Yeah, but
There's
he was seeing her before he even got to the ship.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Everything that you see that has like the eyes gouged out, think of them as possessed. That's not really her in his hallucinations. That's hell.
But it's allowed to be her.
It's
too.
using her.
It's allowed to be her also because she killed herself.
But like I said, he was seeing that version of her.
Sin. She would
Yo,
have went to hell.
I
was-
guess it depends on what
He was
religion,
seeing
but-
that version
Right,
of
yeah,
her before he even went to
or
Event
denomination, I
Horizon.
should say. Yeah, that's the point. Is that Event Horizon was connected to him.
Okay.
So, like, it could use anything in your life that caused you trauma, and up to and including his wife. So, anything,
Even before he got to the ship?
correct, because he was connected to it. He was the draw. He was the one
Okay.
that could be sought to. You know, especially as they got closer, because the first time you meet Weir, he's on the Lewis and Clark. So they got a distress signal, which is what pulled him onto the Lewis and Clark. As they get closer, he's the first one to start having hallucinations. It makes sense because he's the only one that has an emotional attachment to
Well,
the
like I
chick.
said, before he even got on the Lewis and Clark is when he first had the vision of her with no eyes. When he was on that little spaceship,
Yeah.
like the
Lewis and Clark. Yeah.
The Lewis and Clark.
not the spaceship, no, the very beginning when he was in that little
He was in the-
spaceport.
He was on the Lewis and Clark.
He was
No,
on
he was
Lewis
on
and
the
Clark.
spaceport.
No, he was on the Lewis and Clark.
He was on a spaceport. The very beginning, he was on a spaceport.
He was on
Then
the
he
Lewis
went
and
to
Clark.
Lewis and Clark.
No, he was on the Lewis and Clark. Go ahead.
Anyway, this is supposed to be my review.
I know.
Anyway, for me, I think I'm with Jeremiah. It's solid 7. It's a good movie.
So
Yeah,
while
Jeremiah's just over here like,
While he looks that up, first thing I'm going to say is that it is very hard to toe that line between horror and action. I feel like this movie does a perfect example of it. It doesn't, I think it was supposed to originally be more horror than action, and then they ended up with more action than horror because of a lot of the changes.
I
But
thought there was a good amount of
there's a
horror.
good amount of horror. I'm not denying that. This movie is a horror movie by definition. But they have so much action in it that it kind of deters away from it sometimes. Like I found myself like, oh yeah, get him. And then I'm like, wait, no, you're supposed to be scared,
Yeah.
So, but I do think it toes that line in a very good way because it could kind of, I don't know, make sense of both. So, and it works well with the plot. Obviously, you're going to have like, I imagine Miller was probably like some kind of military guy, before then and things like that. So you see all this stuff play out in the action sense of things. One other thing that I found really cool was the use of color to give you either the heebie-jeebies or that sense of safety. So like if you look at specifically the stasis cells on the Lewis and Clark had this beautiful blue,
Yeah.
calming, gelatinous liquid that covered you kind of deal. And then if you look at, yes, sir.
Dr. Weir first sees a vision of his wife Claire in the film Event Horizon during a nightmare while he is still in stasis aboard the rescue ship, the Lewis and Clark, as it approaches Neptune.
Then what the hell is this ship or not a ship? It's like a spaceport.
He's in the Lewis and Clark.
This is the Lewis and Clark?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the stasis chambers they were in.
That's the Lewis and Clark.
Yeah,
Looks
he
like a
doesn't actually.
spaceport.
He doesn't actually see her, except for whenever he dreams about her.
So Lewis and Clark was this big ship that they took off in. And this
Yeah.
just looks like a spaceport to me.
I-
I mean, does
He's
that,
on the
does
Lewis
that or
and
does
Clark.
that not look like a spaceport to you?
He's on the Lewis and Clark. That's all I can tell you.
Because that's not a ship. That's literally a spaceport.
I don't know. Because the next scene you see them is
On
Laurence-
the Lewis and the Clark.
Laurence Fishburne telling
Yeah,
them.
but what I'm saying, what you're seeing right here is what I'm seeing, and it's a spaceport, not a ship.
I don't know.
overlooking low Earth orbit.
Okay.
I don't know.
You win.
All I know is this was directed by
Daylight.
Paul W.S.
Wait, hold
and
on.
whatever the fuck his name is.
Get
That
away
guy
from
that
this
directed all the
fucking-
I said you
Resident
win.
Evil movies. So I
said
would say
you
he's
win.
not very consistent in his storytelling.
I said you win.
How many people did he kill off and bring back in the fucking
Barry.
What was it?
Daylight-
Oh, Barry. No, that wasn't the
Daylight
video game.
Station, low Earth orbit.
I
That's
said
the
he
first
won.
scene. That's the first scene you see Dr. Weir in.
I wasn't paying attention.
We're talking about that. We're talking about his wife.
Yeah, he had a nightmare he woke up from on that.
Yeah, you're talking
spaceport.
about in that room where it was well lit and things like that. He had a nightmare, but he didn't see her eyeless in that nightmare.
No. The first
He just-
hallucination
he
he,
just
has
had a
is on the
nightmare
Lewis
about
and
her.
Clark.
But the
Okay.
first time,
Yeah.
first hallucination he has is on the Lewis and Clark during stasis.
Yeah.
As they approach Neptune.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I guess that must be the disconnect. Yeah. No, yeah.
but like I said, the very first thing you see
The first time you see him, yes. But the first time he has a hallucination, it's on the Lewis and Clark as he gets closer. But I think that in general, the event horizon, because it was his baby, it's always going to bother him. Right? And then when they get the distress signal, yeah, he's going. You know?
Now that we spent all that time on this, yeah, it's a head scratcher.
So what I was going to say is that I love the use of colors to help tell the story. That, you go on to the event horizon and everything's got this green hue, which isn't used very often in movies, unless it's meant to be like, this is gross or, whatever. So to use it as sort of like that, hey, you should be worried here. This is unsettling, as an unsettling color. I love that. You don't see it much. I thought that it was good. You always see red or you see orange or, like to use green and give you that same unsettling feeling, I thought took real talent. I love the horror aspects of this because I can tell you the first time I saw this, it scared the shit out of me. Like, I watched it by myself in the dark, and I found that over the years, like, space movies scare the shit out of me, especially when they're space horror. And I remember my grandma's house, that middle living room, that small living room. I had the staircase in it.
Mhm.
I was sitting on like a lazy boy watching this back in 98 or whatever, when it was released on video, and like watching it by myself, all the lights off. And then like it gets over and I was like, how far do I have to jump from this chair to the light? Like fuck this shit. But anyway, I think that the movie still stands. I agree with you guys on the CGI. It's not great.
But it's just a time period.
Yeah, but for the fact that they use these practical effects, they use set designs. They actually were walking around in these sets. I'll go into more detail with the trivia, and that's part of my love for this is the trivia. So I feel like I'm giving a little bit more hurrah for that, but that's just whatever. But so I'm actually going to go to a 7.5.
I thought this was a solid 10, Karen.
Oh, it's definitely a solid 10, but I can't do that. That's illegal. You're up.
I like the movie. It's had the great horror aspect of it. Acting was great. Like you guys said, CGI that kind of knocked down a few points for me. But other than that, like you got the practical effects, the
Use of color.
use
I
of
love
color.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at a solid, probably about an 8.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I
Damn, he's
almost
over
did
there
the 8.
sucking this movie's dick.
Dude, I almost gave it an 8 because
Why didn't ya?
because I am. You know what? Fuck it. It's
Fuck
an
it,
8.
give it an 8, dude.
It's an 8.
If you love the movie,
I
rate it
do, and the more I
accordingly.
learned, I told Jeremiah, I said I have to be very careful because I just want to put everything on here. But like seriously, like, and it's long, but not in the sense that like there's a shit ton of stuff. It's
Yeah.
just there's long paragraphs of the trivia, but we'll get there. Yeah, so all in that's 7.5.
All right, boys and girls, you guys ready to recast it?
Yeah, I think my recast
Sure.
sucks this week.
You think it sucks?
I do.
We'll see. Who wants to start?
I don't care.
Start with Eric.
All right, so for Sam Neill, I chose what one was it?
Ryan Reynolds.
No, not even close. Oh, I had it.
Oh, I got my notes. Sorry.
Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, Gary Oldman for Sam Neill.
Okay. Yeah, good choice.
And then for DJ, I chose Lambert Wilson.
Why does that name sound familiar? I know that name. Sure do. That's a good one.
Who is it?
Lambert Wilson. He's been in several movies. He's usually like an academic type.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then for Justin, I chose Matt Doran, which was Mouse off of Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good choice.
And then Thomas Jane for Smith.
Man, that guy doesn't get enough play. I like that.
Who? Tom Jane?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck no, he don't.
I like him as a Smitty too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
For Laurence Fishburne, man, I had a hard time choosing anybody for him.
I didn't. That was the first one I did.
Samuel L. Jackson. Tired of these motherfucking games.
I honestly
Motherfucking
really
shit.
thought
That one's
about it.
too easy.
I
That's
really
too
thought
easy.
about it, but no. I'm still trying to figure one out for him because it's a hard one to replace
Laurence Fishburne.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially whenever he makes he makes the movie almost.
Right, and then
Like,
for
Snakes on a Plane would not have been a good movie without him.
Cooper,
Right.
I chose LL Cool J.
90s LL Cool J. that
Yeah,
was pretty
90s
good.
LL Cool
I can get
J.
that.
And then for Peters, I chose what's her name? Gina Carano.
I'll watch anything with Gina Carano.
Yeah,
in it.
and then for Joel Richardson's portrayal of the blonde.
Oh,
Oh,
Lieutenant
yeah.
Stark.
Yeah, Lieutenant Stark. I chose. Oh, hold on, I had it right here. Charlize Theron,
I would watch that.
Yeah, good choice.
and
The
then
things I would do to that woman. She's my other woman
Yeah, so-
crush.
Yeah, your other woman whole
Lawrence
ass.
I've got either trash or class. No in
There's
between.
no in between.
Man, I don't know who I would choose for Laurence Fishburne's. You know what? I'm gonna go with what's his name? Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Write this shit down.
Because he was probably doing it as we were talking about the movie. This is how he does it every week.
I put mine in my
Denzel,
Denzel Washington? Okay.
For who?
Lawrence Fishburne's Miller.
I don't think he'd do a movie like this, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see it. He'd
He's
be great
high
at it,
class.
for sure. But he's good at everything he does.
Well, he does.
So
He did
that's my
Fallen.
casting.
Fallen was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that wasn't a space horror, but
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
is on
Yeah.
your side.
So that was my casting.
Okay. Karen?
So Weir, and this is a weird one, but
Weird? It's a weird one for
it's
weird?
a weird one for Weir. I picked Cillian Murphy.
Oh.
No one really can quite do beautifully unhinged academic, but who also should not be anywhere near experimental space tech. I think that he would
was
be
up there
perfect
for me.
Yeah, he's.
I mean,
weird
he was
for me.
already in a movie similar to this, in Sunshine.
Yeah, but he didn't go crazy.
No, he was the only one who wasn't.
Made it. Well,
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think that he'd be that academic, but he could go crazy later. He does both good and bad equally as well. So, Captain Miller, Idris Elba, goes without saying why. Lieutenant Stark, Naomi Watts. I just felt that she had the same energy, I guess. While Stark was a very strong character, she didn't have a lot of scenes. She didn't have a lot of
man.
play.
Like for someone who they put like up front, like
Mhm.
she really didn't have a lot of dialogue or scenes.
No,
As
and I
one of
think-
the
I think-
surviving casts, she should have had more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't really
They
put her
focused
front
so
and
much
center.
on Miller, which was
Yeah.
fine,
Yeah.
but they didn't give her a lot of like scenes to really show how great she is.
How
And I
much of
think-
a heroine she
Yeah,
can
and I
be.
think that she is. We just don't get to see it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I think that Naomi Watts.
she's
could-
knocked
could
out for
pull
like
that.
the last like fucking 15-20 minutes
Yeah.
of the movie.
I think Naomi Watts could pull it off. At least her strength, what we see of her, I think she'd be able to pull off the strength part of the character.
Right.
Peters, Toni Collette. She's got good emotional depth. She can be that tragic character.
She'd probably actually give more to the character,
And
honestly.
I think that she'd be good. Cooper, Mos Def. I thought he would be so good. I love Mos Def, so I thought that he would be good for the character. Justin, Elijah Wood. He doesn't get a lot of play either, but he can pull off that very sentimental, like, oh, we gotta save him kind of deal. And then DJ, the doctor, is Guy Pearce. Soft-spoken, gets his point across, doesn't need a lot of anything else. And Smitty, I picked Boyd Holbrook. We've talked about this guy before. I picked him for, what was the vampire movie?
Sinners.
Yeah.
He was in The Predator, a few other things, but he's got the right look. I feel like he would pull it off. Looks like the engineer type, but kind of a little bit rough around the edges.
Right.
So that's it.
Okay. These guys are guys. You guys do have good castings this week.
We got to make it
Yeah.
it's got to be good. You
Yeah,
know
you
what I mean?
can't come in with
yeah.
me every week with like the same actors and shit.
Yeah. I almost put that one kid in here as Justin.
The fucking what's his face?
I've used him twice, so I better not.
Tremblay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah, don't use him again on me anyway, because I'm
I'm
like,
gonna use
instant
him
failure.
whenever I feel like he can do the job.
No, because I'm tired of hearing his DMs. He's such a great actor.
Twice I've used him. Twice.
It's been more than that.
Thrice.
No, I can go back to
You ever
all
see
of mine.
Good Boys?
Huh?
You ever see Good Boys?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie was fucking funny. The fucking kid with the arm.
I was gonna tell Jack, if you're listening, she'd rather have that Justin Tremblay kid for a child.
Jacob.
Jack, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't even care, Jack. All I know is that your mom would replace you with this fucking kid.
He's too old now. He's not as cute.
Oh.
Can't pinch
My
his
kid's
cheeks.
cuter.
For Miller, I went with Dennis Haysbert. He was Palmer, the president in 24.
Oh, the commercials.
Yeah, he was in the Allstate commercials.
The
Oh,
real
yeah,
deep
yeah.
voice.
Real
dude,
deep
yeah.
voice guy.
Okay.
For Weir, I would do Ray Fiennes.
Good choice.
Justin, Nicholas Holt.
Okay.
For Peters, Carrie Ann Moss.
I love that we're all picking, like, everybody has picked, except for maybe you. You two have both picked other people from the Matrix.
yeah.
Not me.
Stark, Dina Meyer.
I just thought the
You-
kid from the mouse guy would
like
really
that.
do the.
She needs more play. Just because she was dizzy.
You might win just based on that pick,
Right?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Well, we're all just done.
DJ, Daniel Craig. Cooper, I actually picked Denzel.
For Cooper.
Yeah, because if you actually listen to him, they're like, it sounds like Denzel comes out of him every now and again
Yeah.
when he talks.
Especially like Training Day when he's kind of like got a filthy mouth a little bit. And,
yeah.
And then for Smitty, we'll do Chris Pratt. He's in everything nowadays.
Fuck it, Chris
But
Pratt.
he could do it though. I mean,
Yeah,
he could.
I mean,
yeah.
it was-
I agree. That's a good one. You got
That's
your
what
work
I
cut
went
out
with.
for you,
Yeah,
man.
you guys did good this week. Actually, all three of you did. You did really good. You all had really good picks.
All different too.
Yeah, they were all different. Yeah, I agree. But the Dina Meyer, man, that won me over.
I'm gonna say like
That
that.
won
That's a
me
good.
over.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Like it's just because it's got her in it, dude. Like I can't. Hate
Dizzy
on
deserved better.
Yeah, Dizzy did deserve better.
Justice for Dizzy.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of my
I
favorite
like
fucking
the
movies.
Dizzy thing. But yeah, no, I agree. You guys had all really good picks. I don't even think I would have been able to recast it that well.
Yes, it's really. This is a really good pick this week. Like all
Yeah.
three of us were
Yeah,
really
you guys
good.
did really well.
Yeah.
Even you did not cast.
You came. You
You
with
didn't cast Ryan Reynolds,
a.
Chris Pratt, Scarlett Johansson.
Don't get me wrong, Chris Pratt and Ryan Reynolds can do horror movies.
They can.
Oh, I know they can.
So I mean,
But
that's one thing I like about Ryan and Chris Pratt. They can go outside their comedy and all that. They can be serious.
I think that Ryan Reynolds is severely underrated for his drama,
Yeah, he is.
for his
But
seriousness.
he's found a payable niche.
He's
I
found
know,
a good
I know.
typecast for himself.
But I'm telling you, Buried is one of the best movies I'll
I
never
agree.
see again.
So is the animated
I agree
horror
that he's a
movie.
great actor.
Did you catch that? As a burial, they're buried is one of the best movies I'll never see again.
I'm just saying, like,
Part of because it's so good.
yeah,
like,
I think
like
you're
he
on
did-
the
right
very end of that
track
movie
there.
killed me.
And
Killed me.
Enemyville. You know,
Yeah, Amityville, he did great
job.
in that.
What was it,
I went
Voices?
Voices.
Yeah.
That's
Voices,
another good one.
yeah.
I went to see Amityville in theaters because it was the first of many remakes we've had since. But it was the first time, or not the first time, but I was like, Van Wilder's going to play in Amityville? I gotta see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta see this.
And what show?
he
I think he was in
fucking
an
killed
episode
it.
of the
Yeah.
X-Files, too. I think he did an episode of the X-Files.
I think you're right, but I
What
don't
was
know.
that one fucking... what was-
Jack Black did, too.
Yeah.
I was a teenage Frankenstein or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was like his first movie. Had Matt, the guy that played Joey in Blossom.
Oh, Matt LeBlanc.
No, Matt-
Best friends. Matt Lawrence.
Matt Lawrence.
Matt
Joey
Lawrence.
Lawrence, Matt Lawrence.
Joey
Matt
Lawrence,
Lawrence
yeah.
played in it. Yeah, Matt played in it as the main.
The younger brother.
The middle brother.
Wasn't it?
Matt was in a lot of movies with Joe.
Yeah, Pulse.
But Pulse.
Where they had that
yeah,
like ghost going through the phone lines and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That movie was
The-
garbage.
It was
the electric-
not. It was
yeah, it was
actually
actually
very
The
good.
ending was good. That was it. The ending was good. The
I
rest
don't
of the movie
remember.
was
I
garbage.
like the. I don't remember. I remember being very jealous of the kid's like room and his car bed, and being like, "I want a car bed," and telling my mom that, and she was like, "You're not."
I just remember that movie being
My roommates
complete
are
dog
getting me
shit until the
rims
end.
for
Yeah,
I
they're
was
getting-
like,
getting
holy
rims.
shit, the whole fucking world. I was like, this is dope.
Dude, I wanted that car bed. That's all I know. Is
Just
I
a
wanted
car
that
bed.
fucking
Maybe a
car
I gotta
CB
get fucked with the
radio.
movie, the movie made it for me whenever
The
I saw
car
the
bed.
car
Yeah,
bed.
so I can get her, so I can talk to the other car beds. I remember seeing that kid's room and being like, I want a car bed. And I remember like pulling my mom in from the kitchen. I'm like, she has a car bed? I want the car bed. She's like, okay. Damn it. Yeah.
She got the kid plays Chocolate Rain for Miller.
Chocolate rain.
Tay's on day. I got that shit on my Spotify.
Like, do you really?
Yeah, dude.
He
Imagine
would.
just like him cruising by my house. His Spotify playing, all here's chocolate rain.
Chocolate. You have no idea. My husband listens to the most random shit.
Just walking.
Dude, I got an AI song called Big Booty Latinas.
Probably,
Anyway.
probably got The Dead Don't Die on your phone too, don't you?
Yeah, actually, I got a lot of Sturgill Simpsons.
Yeah.
What?
I married a cowboy.
I'm
How
gonna
did
wear
that
my-
happen?
I
I'm gonna wear my
almost feel sorry
cowboy
for
hat.
you.
But how did that happen, Joseph? How did I end up with a cowboy?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
wear my. I'm gonna
You've
wear
known
my
me a
cowboy
long
hat
fucking
next week.
time. I'm not sure how it happened, but it did. He tricked me.
Just buy him a horse. Or a pony. Whatever.
Me a little rocking horse.
He's sitting in there listening to Sturgill Simpson or whatever his name is. Just walks in the room and he's in there on his rocking horse. You just slowly shut the door. 'Cause like,
I'm
asking
not
any
touching
questions.
it. I'm not touching it.
Just
Not
leave him
going there.
alone.
Mm-mm.
He's happy. He's content.
Yeah, just leave him alone.
Yeah.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Those toy horse things that you just.
When do I
Walk
assign
around
you guys your
Oh.
genres?
No, I was totally wrong.
guess-
It was not. I was a teenage Frankenstein.
It wasn't that I was a teenage werebear, was
It was like Big Frankenstein on campus or some shit.
Big monster on
Big
campus.
monster.
I was a teenage Frankenstein. Come out in like the 50s.
Of course it was. I was
But
a teenage werebear.
Boltneck, and that actually came out according to this in '99, and he was in a bunch of shit before that.
Oh.
He looked so young in it. It had to have been made before that. It may have come out
Probably
in 99,
took
but
some
there's
years.
you know
Took some
what
time
it
for it to
was
come out.
like his star rose and then like, oh, let's
It
hurry up and
plummeted.
release
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, we can release this now.
To answer your question about when you pick the genres, I would wait till after you pick the movie, then you choose. The
Oh
genre.
yeah.
Oh no, I've already picked your genres.
I would wait.
Even
I would
before you
wait
know what
till-
the movie
Uh-huh.
is.
I
I
don't
would
give a
wait to
shit.
know what movie.
Shit,
you
I'm
pick.
waiting until.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual date. Because
All right, you're right. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
Wiki
so wait
says
till after the movie.
98. Google says 2000.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I think it was made long before,
Hell, he was in
released
Wrexham-
after his star rose.
He was in Wrexham FC in 1927.
Event Horizon trivia. The event horizon was named after the theoretical boundary surrounding a black hole within which gravitational attraction is so great that nothing, not even radiation, can escape because the escape velocity is greater than the speed of light. Technically, it is where the physical universe ends and the physical laws no longer apply. So the ship's name is symbolic for its journey beyond the borders of the known universe.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Yeah,
The
so
symbology.
I like what they said though in the movie about a black hole being the most destructive thing in the universe.
Mm-hmm. And you created one.
And it's insanely true because a black hole is the most dangerous thing in the known universe.
There's no escape.
Yeah,
there's no way you're getting away from it.
Because it's so funny because like the way a black hole works is that it doesn't, I mean, you're dead anyway, but because you're in space. But like what it does is it literally stretches your being. It's insane how a black hole works. Like it stretches you out infinitely. It's it's wild. Just look up.
It's like a big vacuum, but it doesn't stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's give it 1,000 years.
Well, I mean, it's instantaneous. That's the weird thing. That's one thing I love. We didn't even talk about this, but in the video, you see the timestamp. And if you watch the timestamp, so gravity drive go, and then if you look at the timestamp, there is no time that has elapsed between them hitting go and them coming back and doing all those horrible things to each other. There is no time elapsed. And I found that to be absolutely amazing. Yeah. Because, like, when you think about a black hole, there is no time.
There is no time.
No time. So, and then, like they said, like, how did it exist for 7 years?
Well, people...
Well, in all honesty, it didn't have to exist for 7 years.
It went beyond our universe.
It could have been a blink. It could have been a week. It could have been days for them.
It's funny because I tell people all the time, they look at me like I'm an idiot whenever I say, time is a man-made construct. We made that. If any animal you look at, every birds, dogs, cats, they have no concept of time.
Well, I would argue that time is not a man-made structure, man-made thing, but it happens whether or not you measure it. We figured out a way to measure it.
That's what I'm saying. Though. Yeah, like we've
the
created
construct
time.
of time we created.
Yeah,
the time as in it's 2 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock, it's a week, it's 2 weeks. We constructed that.
Well, people were like, "Oh man, that's a long time." Like, define a long time.
Well,
long
you
time
could look at
is opinion. That is a human opinion. Like a long time for us could be a short period of time for something else.
8 hours.
Time is only.
Right.
Time is only.
Mine's 9.
A non-definitive thing if you are immortal.
Right.
In all honesty, so
Doc has a concept of time.
Yeah.
My dog. I think my dog can tell time. Seriously, every night at the same time.
I say this like this because Dr. Manhattan is one of the coolest superhero comic book characters ever made. Because he has no concept of time. Because the concept of time.
But isn't he immortal?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why he's one of the cool. Because he sees it as like his being is above human.
Think about it. If you're immortal, what does time matter?
Well, it's not
time
even just immortal.
Matter.
He's essentially a god. Yeah. He can make and destroy.
But that's what I'm saying is that man made time, but it does exist. If that makes sense,
right?
Like we created a way to measure it.
Yeah.
But it's still there for mortals.
It is. Yeah, you're right. And time is a thing, but it's a thing that we as.
But like, how do we know it's 2 o'clock? Maybe it could be 17. Kleptar. I don't know.
17 million 17 million 30.
Maybe we go by seconds, like I'm just saying, like we figured out a way to measure
time. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it's
when we're all dead.
We've been able to measure time within our planetary.
Yeah, we came up with it was a scientific way to measure time, but nonetheless, it's still a way to measure.
We measured time based off of our planet on its rotation. That's how we based it. Yeah, somebody else based it off
that TikTok.
sunrise.
I think it was you that sent me. That was really hilarious. Was like if the Earth just stopped spinning one day.
Oh, and then
everybody's like, whoa!
Instant death.
Yeah. The official name of the gateway machine in the script was the third containment, but is informally called the gravity drive in the film. The room it stands in being the second containment, and the corridor leading up to them the first. It was originally described as a smooth and featureless black orb, 10 meters, nearly 33 feet in diameter, suspended in midair between large rotating mechanical arms, it was also said to contain a stable black hole within it at all times, with which the ship used as a power source. As opposed to briefly creating a temporary one, Paul Anderson decided to redesign it and involve the interlocking rings as an homage to the puzzle box in Hellraiser, which served as the inspiration.
Of course it did.
The spikes on the curved walls were originally supposed to extend
Instead of
inwards.
a square, it's got to be a circle.
The spikes on the curved walls were originally supposed to extend inwards and connect to the machine each time when the drive activated. However, at the end of the production, no more time and budget were left to create this as a visual effect. Among those in the audience, you guys will love this. Among those in the audience in 1987 was Galaxy Quest screenwriter Robert Gordon, who was amused enough by the notion of the meat grinder tunnel that in response he created Galaxy Quest's infamous corridor filled with chompers.
It was great.
I know, right? Although the film met with mostly negative reviews and disappointing box office result at the time of its release, it's amassed a considerable cult following over the years. Director Anderson said that the movie's cult status was predicted to him by years before by anyone doesn't have anything to do with the movie. An actor completely outside of this movie. That's the
Doug Bradley.
Okay.
Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
What?
She
He's
said
right. No.
Yeah,
she said completely off away from the script and all that.
Think of other movies he's directed.
Oh, it's a director, not an actor.
Paul Anderson. He's
Other
directed.
movies that he's directed?
Yeah, think of another movie that he's directed. Anyone?
Oh, the fuck's his name? He was Highlander. Shit, he was Raiden in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Incorrect. I know who you're talking about. As predicted to him years before by Kurt Russell.
Oh.
Anderson screened Event Horizon before they started work on Soldier in 1998, and Russell said, "Forget about what this movie's doing."
Yeah, he
now.
did Soldier too. You know
Yeah,
that
Kurt
Soldier
Russell
falls in the.
Talking about Paul Anderson.
Oh.
You know, Soldier falls in the Alien universe.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He said, "Forget about what this movie's doing now. In 15 years' time, this movie is going to be the movie you're
Imagine
glad."
Kurt Russell fighting an alien. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, right.
I think the alien would cry.
The alien would totally cry.
It would not.
He'd walk in the room. You just see the alien.
Look at that handlebar mustache.
He walks in. Fuck. Forget about what this movie's doing now.
away! I gotta poop.
In 15 years' time, this movie is going to be the movie you're glad you made. That's what Kurt Russell said about it.
You ever see that skit?
Yeah.
It's an alien.
I love that.
Right.
Like, this dude has directed great movies like Soldier, and
But this is his baby. Like he
and then
he
Event
wanted it.
Horizon, and he's done a few good movies, and then he does the fucking Resident Evil franchise that is complete garbage. I don't
That's
know
why
if
I
he just
think-
done that as like a fucking just a franchise for
But
his
see,
wife to lampoon. I don't
That's why
fucking know,
I think
man.
that
I
a
don't
lot of that had to
understand.
do with the writers, and he was just kind of like, "Yeah, that sounds good." Maybe he never played
I
the
want
games.
to see if he wrote those fucking movies.
Yeah,
No, he
yeah.
definitely didn't play them fucking games.
Yeah. On the advice of visual effects supervisor Richard Urich, who had worked on 2001: A Space Odyssey and Blade Runner in 1982, most of the props and effects were done practically, meaning that the real sets and miniature models were created wherever possible and computer-generated images limited to a minimum. The model of the Event Horizon was the 30-foot scale model that included a complete X-Wing from Star Wars as part of the antenna array, visible on the lower portion of the Event Horizon during the first flyby of the Lewis and Clark, which is a 1-foot model. Director Anderson mentioned in a 2017 interview that 1 year after the film's release, John Goldwyn, head of production at Paramount, admitted that he felt the film had not been properly released. Despite a poor box office run, the film's video and DVD sales had been excellent, so the studio wanted to make him the longer version he always would have intended. For some time, Anderson and producer Jeremy Bolt worked on a director's cut. They traveled the world to locate the original footage, some of which was found in the most unusual places, such as the abandoned Transylvanian salt mine, though this is not as strange as it sounds, as the dry climate in such mines helps protect the negative from degradation.
Okay, so
However-
he wrote. Sorry,
You're
he
fine.
wrote Resident Evil. He wrote Resident Evil Apocalypse, which is the sequel, the sequel. He wrote Extinction, which is the sequel after that, and then he wrote Afterlife, Retribution, and the final chapter. So yeah, he pretty much wrote all of them.
So he had 3 misses. I
Well,
mean,
he wrote the first one too.
yeah.
He also wrote Resident Evil or Alien vs Predator, which was okay.
So he's got to think about space, it sounds like.
He wrote Death Race. He might have
I
even
like
directed and Death Race 2.
Look,
And Death Race
they're
3.
not all going to be hits. You know
And
what I
Death
mean? Like
Race
James
4.
Cameron made
I
Avatar.
made 4 of them.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Came out in
That's
2002.
one
very
we
bad.
stayed a minute. The remakes,
He's not even
right?
paying attention to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he did Monster Hunter and In the Lost Lands, which I heard bombed terribly.
But
One of
he
the
didn't.
biggest
I think that was made
tropes.
later.
One of the biggest tropes. In
I
the
mean,
game.
you know, Cameron made Avatar, so everybody misses.
Well, that's funny because all the movies that he wrote weren't that good, but the movies that he didn't write and he directed were good movies, like Event Horizon, and
I thought you were talking about
Soldier.
Cameron.
Anyway,
I had to watch them.
where was I? However, they quickly realized that since the movie was made just before the DVD era, when alternate versions became much more commonplace, much of the original footage had either been destroyed, discarded, or its location had not been properly documented. Of the stock that was retrieved, much of it had been badly archived or was otherwise degraded. A few of the surviving scenes, including a scene where Dr. Weir is informed of the reappearance of the Event Horizon, appear on the Spectral Collector's Edition of DVD and survive only in videotape form, sometimes without dialogue or sound effects. The DVD also includes the storyboards of a spacewalk sequence that was abandoned for budget reasons and the alternate ending with commentary by Anderson. A VHS copy that might contain a rough edit had resurfaced in 2012, but Anderson revealed that he hasn't had time to see it yet and that it is unlikely to be of sufficient quality picture to be used anyway.
Dude, it's been 14 years. You can't watch a VHS in 14 years.
Right. Although he was not optimistic
ancient technology
about the prospects of a director's cut.
I got like 2 boxes of VHS down there. I just ain't got no VCR to play them on.
That's what I'm saying.
I do. I have VCR. It's actually one of the VCR DVD hybrids. Yeah.
Remember those old rewind boxes you put the tape in just to rewind it?
Fuck yeah, dude. Those
Grandma
things-
had the
You had to have one of those if you had a VCR because if you rewound it too much, it could ruin your VCR.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention you wanted to watch another movie. You didn't want to have to dick with the VCR part, so you VCR rewind or you rewind it and then you watch your next movie.
But that thing went so fast, and whenever it stopped, you're like, that has to be bad for the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way it's not like almost ripping that fucking tape.
Dude, as a kid, I
think
always
my-
thought the same thing, so I'd always rewind it in the VCR.
And
I
then
was scared to death.
Yeah, stop it
I
or
think my
something.
grandma had one of those.
It's
Oh, my
funny
grandma
because
does
like
it.
a lot of VCRs got smarter because if you watch the movie from the beginning all the way through and then you rewound it in the VCR, it would slow down
Right
the
towards
the
rewind
end.
right towards the end, so it didn't fuck up.
Yeah, I
the
remember
tape.
it was a new technology. It was called Smart Rewind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're old.
Although he was not optimistic about the prospects of finding a director's cut, he did not rule out the possibility that missing footage of sufficient quality could turn up one day, given that a director's cut of Clive Barker's Nightbreed also unexpectedly turned up in a storage facility in 2014.
That was the Cabal.
Yeah. Some of the movie's lost footage includes a great deal of the Bosch-influenced hell sequences and the orgiastic video log that was found at Event Horizon.
I was wondering if it was an orgy.
Yeah.
Like it's like a violent sex
Well,
scene.
it's
Well,
hell, sir, so...
Yeah,
You
right.
towards the back of it, you like see a person
Yeah, I was like, are
doing
they
something. I'm
fucking
like,
or killing
yeah.
each other? I was
Oh,
like,
both.
Or both. Yeah.
Both. These were shot by both director Paul Anderson and Vadim Jean, mainly on weekends.
Mainly on weekends.
Yeah, well, you'll find the video log took a month of preparation.
Look hard
and a
enough,
week to
Rod
film.
Jeremy's in the back.
Yeah.
According to producer Jeremy Bolt, they made these scenes as grotesque as possible, figuring that if you're going to hell, you've really got to do it. You can't tap dance. In order to make the shots of body parts getting damaged in many ways look more realistic, therefore a lot more violent, they hired real-life amputees dressed in extensive makeup and outfitted with knocked out.
They knocked him out.
Oh, I missed a song.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
Dressed in expensive makeup and outfitted with practical special effects. One actor who had teeth missing wore stunt dentures that could get knocked out. Porn actors were hired to make the scene and the sex and rape scenes more graphic. Actor Jason Isaacs mentioned in the 2023 interview that the scenes were shot on the adjacent soundstage and included things that are definitely illegal to do now and probably were illegal to do then. Some of the crew actually had to leave the set during filming when they started feeling sick. According to Anderson and Bolt, most of these shots were cut because during the screening of a rough cut of the movie, the test audience was genuinely disturbed by what they saw, and some people even started to faint. I want
pussies.
to see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Yeah,
pussies.
fucking pussies.
It's not fucking real. That's what I hate. Like, oh man, it made me about ill to my stomach. Like, dude, it's not real though.
They're
it's not
fucking-
real.
Well, the sex was.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking.
I'm
like,
just saying.
the violence is not
yeah,
real.
Yeah.
They're fucking giving jobs to amputees, and Peter Dinklage is taking jobs away from midgets.
We're almost at 2 hours. I got to keep going. The Event Horizon's design was modeled on Paris's Gothic Notre Dame Cathedral, which, according to director Anderson, was an ideal source of inspiration as it was built to scare and intimidate the populace with the importance and power of God. He explained that they basically built Notre Dame Cathedral in the computer and then pulled it apart and used different elements of it to build the Event Horizon. Its long corridor resembles a church nave, and the intricate exterior steelwork is based on the designs of stained glass windows. The antenna dishes on top of the ship are based on the gargoyle clusters at the top of Notre Dame. Its interior is filled with cruciform shapes, columns, flared pillars, vaults, and torture dungeons, and some of the windows resemble medical triptychs. The towers of Notre Dame were turned on their side to become the engine thruster pods, and when seen from above, Event Horizon resembles a large crucifix like the floor plan of most churches.
Can we get a extended director's cut, please?
Yes, please. During scenes between Captain Miller and Dr. Weir, there are relatively few wide shots showing both of them in one frame. According to director Anderson, this was done to accommodate each actor's different acting styles. Fishburne would usually nail it during the first 3 takes and would then lose energy, whereas Neil had to warm up and get better with each consecutive take. Cutting back and forth between the two characters was compromised to get the best performance of each actor in the scene. The design...
That's very patient of them.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah. That's why I couldn't, do so well, differentiating between this behind-the-scenes stuff, because there's so much of it that was, really interesting.
Yeah.
The visual design of the core of the ship, which accidentally transports the crew to hell, is based on a biblically accurate depiction of an angel as described in Ezekiel. Due to the rush production, filming was hard on the crew, but the actors also had their own problems. Jolie Richardson later said that the script was incomprehensible and that none of the actors really understood the nature of the other dimension, but were happy enough to be cast against type or work with the other to sign on. Extensive special effects work, bulky suits, gallons of fake blood, and makeup took a toll on the cast, and there were so many accidents on set, such as Richardson and Sam Neill being knocked out by a badly timed explosion and Richardson's foot getting jammed in the door. Then they felt that the movie itself was cursed. Anderson noted that the physical sets they built for the actors to interact with were very effective, especially in the Visions of Hell scenes. By the end, basically every actor had told him how the sets had a disturbing vibe to them. That's how I knew we were doing something right, when people would go, "I love working with you, Paul, but I hate coming to work." And it was actually the sets themselves, because the crew couldn't have been nicer. All in all, Richardson concurred, saying it was such a fun project, though a lot of people were lovely. This is one of the things about Fishburne that I found fun. Writer Philip Eisner visited the set while the spacesuit sequences were being filmed. The spacesuits were terrible. They were 65 pounds. They caused serious back problems with the actors. They had these things called suit crosses or whatever, where they would go up and it would kind of give them a 0G effect where they could kind of rest in between. The suits were so heavy that the actors risked back injuries, prompting Laurence Fishburne to stop between takes, point at Eisner, and mock angrily, You, Eisner, you did this to me. Paul Anderson credits... right?
You did this.
You did this to me.
This was another one. Anderson credits actor Laurence Fishburne with giving him generous advice and nudging him in the right direction when it came to directing the actors into good performances. As this was only Anderson's third movie, Fishburne in turn was grateful for Anderson's practical approach in using real sets and special effects with minimal blue screen work, which allowed him to just react to circumstances rather than having to imagine them.
That's what a lot of classic actors will tell you, though. That that's one of the things that what's his face? God damn it, Gandalf. The fuck is his name?
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen on the set of The Hobbit. He lost his shit on the set because because in the first movie, they did everything
Practical.
practical, and they were over in
Minimal
like,
CGI.
New Zealand and everything else doing everything in like
That's
the
why
hills
New
of New
Zealand was
Zealand and shit.
picked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
See, I know things about movies I don't know.
in
Maybe
the
you should
Hobbit
watch
movies, they used a lot.
Yeah.
They mostly
Again,
used green
all of
screen.
Twice.
In the Hobbit
Including
movies,
the
they mostly
Hobbits.
used green screen, and he like lost it because he's like, "What am I supposed to act against here?"
Yeah.
All I got, he's like, I'm tired of seeing green, like, because he's a classic actor, man.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't act like this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. It just was unheard to him. So
Yeah.
I understand where they're coming. Like, how do you get a good performance out of somebody who's just standing in front of a fucking green screen all day? Like, you know what I mean? It takes them out
Well,
of
I mean,
it.
you can also see that playing out in movies, right?
Yeah.
Like when you were young and you saw actors playing against sets, playing against other people, there was more feeling in it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, yeah,
trying
yeah.
to say that they can't imagine, but like when you're looking at like I can't imagine having to again, I hate to say the word imagine, but like I can't imagine having to imagine
Yeah.
my co-star
Well, even imagining
or my background. Or,
yeah, the background is the biggest thing for me. Like if you watch a lot of Marvel movies now and what they're like that whole scene in Endgame when they're all coming through the fucking portals and Captain America, is like and Avengers assemble, like that was cool and all, but like imagine that being on like
set where there's nothing around you.
like he had
I
to
can't.
act against that green screen. That's it. Like imagine him being on in the place though, like in a place that looked like that instead of like that. You're going to get a better performance out of somebody that way,
right?
Like,
well, it goes to what he said here was where was it? Anderson noted that Fishburne had frequently scribbled the word NAR in his copy of the script, and upon asking him for the meaning, Fishburne answered, "No acting required," meaning he had enough things to bounce off of that he didn't have to imagine where he was or what he was doing. That's essentially what he was saying. The story of this film, I found this so fascinating. The story of this film shares many similarities with the infamous legend of the Philadelphia experiment, in which a destroyer escort ship, the USS Eldridge, disappeared and then reappeared in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. According to the legend, when the ship disappeared, its crew underwent severely disturbing paranormal events, including being gruesomely fused with parts of the ship, instantly becoming insane, disappearing entirely, and even rematerializing inside out. Conspiracy theorists have even speculated that Event Horizon was made by the government as a fictionalized account of the experiment so as to push it further into the genre of science fiction and destroy its validity. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's a far-fetched right there. Like that movie was made to make this whole event seem less.
I know, but like it's so juicy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's juicy. It's
like
juicy.
a juicy bottom.
Yeah. Anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Check that ass, baby.
Tommy Lee Jones, and Bruce Willis were considered for the role of Captain Miller. The actors were encouraged to invent a backstory for their characters and personalize their alcoves aboard the Lewis and Clark. Jason Isaacs based his character on his own brother, who was a doctor. In his backstory, his character had undergone extensive surgery as a child, explaining a large scar on his chest, and the visions he received from the ship were of him completely cut open, which is how he finally dies. Isaac asked if he could take home the dummy in his likeness with the chest sliced open. The special effects department were shocked with his request, so they told him they still needed it, even though they didn't. When Isaacs told his wife about it, she responded, "What the fuck did you think you were going to do with it?"
Hanging it in the bedroom above the bed.
So that's it for the main. This is all extra
That is kind of
credits.
sadistic. What are you going to do with that fucking thing?
You guys want to hear the extra credit?
That would be a good Halloween.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Imagine hang that above your wife when she's sleeping, when she wake up.
Oh my god, she'd wake up freaking out and just start drench her in blood. Like
These are all deleted scenes, including the infamous hell scene. More backstory for Justin and Cooper. It was explained that Justin has always been fascinated by the Event Horizon, providing a much stronger explanation for why he enters the black hole when he is finally on board. Cooper's greatest fear was losing someone close to him, which was represented in the film by the unfortunate accident that claims Justin. Miller finds a ripped out tooth floating around the Event Horizon. That was cut for pacing. More scenes explaining what exactly the gateway to hell is. More shots of close-up Peter's mangled corpse after she falls to her death. Scenes where Weir remembers his wife Claire committing suicide was originally longer and bloodier. There was more of a backstory for DJ, explaining that the scar on his chest came from a childhood surgery gone wrong, which we saw in the scene. The scene where the cryo chamber is filling with blood originally had a part where Weir's hand pounds against the glass from the inside, showing that the ship had regenerated him inside the tank, and explaining how he comes back. Weir smashes the chamber, letting the blood out, and then as Cooper is helping Stark to escape, a mutilated and naked Weir is climbing from a ladder upside down behind them. Originally in the scene where Miller fights...
That would have made more sense to see.
Right.
Because he just appears out of nowhere. He's
Yeah,
like,
the ship brought me back.
Like,
well, okay. But,
how?
But could you imagine the spider walk on that fucking
Yeah.
ladder? How that would affect you? You'd be like,
man.
hey.
I'm out.
I'm done. Originally
That
in the
was
scene...
final straw.
Yeah, where Miller fights the possessed Weir on the bridge of the ship, Weir gives what Anderson referred to as the Old Testament speech to Miller, telling him that the dimension of pure chaos is actually hell.
That's when you see his wiener, isn't it?
Yeah. This is kept more vague in the finished film. 2 different alternate endings were also filmed. In the first ending, Miller fights with Weir in the core, and the Visions of Hell sequence during the fight was also much longer, and the more extended shots of the dead Event Horizon crew having been impaled, bisected, disemboweled, mutilated, as well as the Lewis and Clark crew members being tortured by the unseen forces and hanging on upside-down crosses. This version didn't have the jump scare at the end where the last 3 survivors are found by the rescue crew and Stark hallucinates seeing Weir. Instead, Stark hears screams of the Event Horizon crew and feels their hands over her body as she screams in fear. Cooper wakes her up, and the hands are shown to belong to the rescue crew. This was the original ending of the movie and was included in the shooting script. In the second ending, Miller fights with the Burning Man from his visions at the core instead of with Weir, and many of the Visions of Hell were trimmed. However, the audience of the second test screening preferred the return of Weir for the final ending. A combination of these 2 endings was made. Instead of fighting the Burning Man, Miller fights with Weir. The Visions of Hell are shorter, and the jump scare was added at the very end of the movie. Now for the infamous blood orgy video. Much longer parts are still in the scene, like one of the crew member sticking his fingers deep into another one's eyes, and a female crew member sodomizing a male crew member with an iron pipe, were even more violent in the original version of the scene. There were also a lot of more extended scenes of the Event Horizon crew naked and covered in blood, having violent sex and raping and eating each other. A more graphic version of the scene where a crewman pulls his own intestines out of his mouth. One crew member is held and stabbed in the back of the head with a spike, and part of his mouth and teeth pop out. Another crew member is crawling on the floor while others are hitting his legs, and steel bars smash them into pieces as he screams in agony and crawls away, leaving bloody pieces of his legs behind. One woman has screws drilled into her teeth. Another woman is restrained while one of her arms is broken and torn off with a hunk of metal. One more woman has her breasts mauled and then ripped off and eaten by another crewman who is raping her. Another partly clothed, blood-covered woman biting into the shoulder of man she was having sex with and is eating his flesh. Plus, some other parts of the scene were also cut. For realism, real-life amputees and practical effects were used in the shots where body parts were mangled, and porn actors were hired to depict the nudity and sexual depravity. Most of this was cut, however, and other negative comments from test audiences.
Put me in that audience. I'd be like, yep, release it in theaters.
That's what I'm saying.
You could really fuck them up and be like, that was great porn.
Put it as
turned
PG.
on now.
Put it as PG-13.
Yeah.
This ain't that bad.
Yes, it's
Oh,
fine.
my kids could watch this.
It's fine. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
So that was the meat and potatoes of what we missed.
All right. Yeah, give me that director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That good old NR-17.
NC-17 was the original. Yeah, it was originally rated NC-17.
I just want to see some people get mauled, man. Like that lady crawling across the floor while like people are beating their fucking legs off. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah,
Test audiences didn't like it.
fuck them. They're pussies.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Years later, like they want to see it.
It's time.
It's time.
He probably got it in his shoebox in his closet.
Yeah.
All the cut
This
shit.
is his own personal wank bank.
Yeah. Mila Jovovich is like, what is this?
Die Hard.
Which one?
Four?
That's the 5th one.
Fifth.
The last one.
It is. It's the 5th one. Yeah. Holy shit. We're getting through some goddamn.
Does that mean we're done with them after
Yeah,
this?
we're done with them. Yeah. And from what I understand, this is the worst one. So have fun.
Good Day
I've
to
seen
Die
it.
Hard.
No.
That's what I got.
That's
Good Day
the last
Die
one. ain't it?
Hard.
2013.
Yeah, that might be right. What was the other one?
This one has a
Live
son
Free.
that's.
Live
Live Free,
Die-
Die Hard.
Yeah, we got A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah.
It's not for a free trial. You got to rent it.
I own it.
I don't.
It's the last
Do we
one,
own it?
guys. We're getting through some franchises this year.
We own the first.
So what's the genres?
We'll have to rent it.
It's
Good
gonna be
Day
a
to
tough
Die
one to
Hard.
recast and put into a certain.
But I'm
genre.
giving you genres that'll make it so much easier.
I guess
This is gonna be so weird.
Eric is on drama.
Ooh.
He always does comedy, so
Yeah.
I gave him the exact
Drama.
opposite. Drama. You're doing drama. Jeremiah, you're doing a musical. Again, I'm going completely
That's
against what you
awesome.
guys normally do.
That's awesome.
Joseph, you're on rom-com.
I don't even know if there's another female in this movie. This is gonna be weird.
It's his daughter and his son.
Yeah, no, the daughter's only in it for 2 minutes at the end.
Maybe her and some other dude hook up. You don't know.
She's not even in it.
Oh, well.
It's the son. In this
Maybe
one.
maybe he hooks up with some chick. I
The
don't know.
dad, with
No, a
Bruce
chick.
Willis.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Maybe the son
You'll have to
hooks
make a
up.
new.
I have
You'll have to
spoken.
make
Those are
a
your
new
genres.
actress.
All right, well, yeah, there we go.
How do you even
How,
fucking-
how do I make this a drama?
How do I make it a
You gotta
fucking
watch it
musical?
first.
I've watched it.
Oh, I don't know.
I've seen it.
I picked against type because he always picks comedy.
I
He
never
doesn't
thought
like
of
I could
musical, man.
easily
That's
make this
You
a
hilarious.
don't like
comedy.
rom-coms.
Yeah.
So
What'd you just say?
I said I went against type. He always goes for comedy. You don't like musical. Well, you like some, but it's not
Yeah,
your main forte.
Yeah, I got a
And
few
you don't
of
like
them
rom-com.
that I like.
Well, I like some, yeah, but I'm just saying it's not your favorite thing. You were hard because I'm like, what does he like? He likes everything. Well, that's the one that
It's true. I mean,
I can't give you Western.
give me a fucking dude shooting fish in a barrel, and I'd find some entertainment out of it.
So it's hard to find something that you don't do very often.
I
so
do like.
that's
do
what I
like
went
some
with.
musicals though. Early.
All right,
Early.
we went a little long on this one, guys. Next week we're gonna do A Good Day to Die Hard. Yeah, it's the last Die Hard
Yeah,
movie.
you know, imagine having sex and dying. That's a good day to die hard.
Die Hard.
You gotta pee?
Huh?
You gotta pee?
Probably.
Probably.
Getting up like
Okay,
we're
you don't
done.
know if you got to pee or not? He's like, I don't know, probably.
What?
We haven't hit done or like said goodbye. You're just like getting up like you.
He's like an impatient child.
Yeah, he is.
I got business to take care of.
Okay,
He's got to pee.
I guess.
He thinks anyway.
Well, I asked him. He's like, I think I do.
Before the show, which I usually do. about
He does have
100%
have like the
time.
tiniest bladder in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, I
He
guess
has spoken.
we'll see you later.
All right, you guys have yourselves a good week. Next week,
Okay, bye.
Good
Happy
Day to Die-
Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, hit that.
forgot about that. Yeah, Jeremiah's already up the stairs. And
He gone.
He gone.
he's out of here. You guys have yourselves a good weekend and
Happy
I don't know, have a
Thanksgiving.
good Thanksgiving. Eat a bunch of turkey and shit.
Y'all have food.
So, see you guys next time.